Welcome to the Gigahood IQ app, your home's guardian in the digital realm, featuring Protect IQ. Protect IQ sweeps away viruses, malware, and online threats for your entire home, so you can focus on what truly matters: family. Shield your home with cutting-edge technology, ensuring every device is safe. No more digital dangers, just seamless, worry-free connectivity. Experience peace of mind with Protect IQ, included in the Gigahood IQ app. Download the free Gigahood IQ app and secure your home with Protect IQ today.
It's a beautiful night for high school football here in Wapakoneta. There goes Page. Page looking for some running room. The one man to beat. Stay on your feet, boy. Oh, my. I'm Big Dan Wilson. Our final score from Eggers Stadium. It's the Wapakoneta Redskins 14, the Van Wert Cougars 28.
TSC. Did you know TSC has an app called Gigahood IQ that lets you set your network's performance and security for every device, every app, every room, and every family member in your entire home? That's a powerful tool right at your fingertips, and it's free. So if you are interested in the best Wi-Fi, a separate guest network, parental controls to protect your family, 24/7 managed Wi-Fi support, and whole home threat protection with Protect IQ, stop and download the Gigahood IQ app right now. If not, take your chances. An ultimate fiber experience. Get it free with the Gigahood IQ app from TSC.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome to a beautiful night for high school football. That never gets old. Big Dan Wilson alongside of Mark Law, joined once again by Brendan Wilson in the booth for tonight's high school football action here on TSC. It's the undefeated Wapakoneta Redskins and the 5-1 Shawnee Indians. Both teams undefeated in the WBL, and expect a lot of fireworks here tonight, or if the defenses show up, it's a toss-up. So, Mark, tell us your thoughts.
Yeah, you look at the stats, we're the number one defense in the league, and Shawnee's right there as number two. So I think it's going to come down to which defense is able to, stop the other team's offense. So I think that's going to be the key to the game tonight. Brendan,
we always talk about defense and how important it is, and Wapak has really proven itself over the first 6 games of the season, right?
Oh, yeah, they've definitely held their own. They're number one overall in total team defense, 218 yards averaging per game. Number one in scoring defense, 12 points a game. They really had an individualized attack plan on their defense for each team. It'll be interesting to see what they come up with today. They'll have their work cut out for them with this Shawnee quarterback who likes to run, scramble, and hit players while he's moving the pocket. So we'll see if Wapak's defense can come and contain him. And Shawnee as well has their work cut out for them. It's going to be an interesting matchup, to say the least.
So offensively, Mark, let's talk about one, J.J. Spiker. He's had a good year so far.
Yeah, the 2 games that I watched this week, he was keeping the third down drives alive. He's a big playmaker on third down. He can run, he can pass. He's one of those guys that can do it all. So, he's a guy we definitely got to contain tonight, especially on third down.
And I think one of the things we have to keep in mind, too, is the kicking game. That man right there, number 13, has had a heck of a year. 28 for 28 with extra points and 2 for 2 in field goals. That could be the difference of the game, because when we look at the other side of the field, they've struggled even at the extra point position.
Yeah, you and I talked about that. Was the first thing that we kind of noticed when I was looking at the stats today is, he's like 63% on his PAT. So, he's missed quite a few of those this year. So it could come down to that extra point making a difference in the game tonight.
So let's look and see who's receiving as it starts to set up and get ready. We've got a couple seconds before the kickoff.
Yeah, we have Bagley and Howard back for Shawnee tonight, back there receiving the kickoffs. So, Bagley's one of the receivers as well on offense. So, again, a guy that's, touches the ball a lot.
Good crowd on hand. It's homecoming night here at Shawnee, so it's filled on the home side. And you can see the Wapak faithful filling up the visiting side of the field. It's always nice coming to Shawnee, too, because these two communities are closely tied in more ways than one, and we'll talk about that a little bit later on. Week number 7 already, guys. And here's the opening kickoff. Up to the 10, to the 20. That's Howard. And Howard wrestled out of bounds short of the 30-yard line.
Yeah, Wyatt Buell did a nice job of making a tackle there on the return or coverage team.
Yeah, that was well-disciplined coverage there. Just forcing the guy, corralling him to the out-of-bounds space, keeping him from being able to make too many moves and getting to the open space where trouble happens.
1st and 10 from the Wapakoneta 28. This offense can put points on the board, Mark, and we expect our defense to try to keep we talked about it before the game. You got to keep Spiker in containment, right?
Yeah, and again, it's going to see a lot of formations like us, 2-3 wide. Some RPOs with the quarterback running the ball. So, a very similar offense to ours.
2 wide receivers split to the left. We've got motion to the right. That's Davidson, and it's going to be a handoff up the gut. And not a bad run right there. We're talking about a 4-yard run.
It looked like Mason Ludwig getting in there early and bringing him down, filling the hole, keeping him from getting too many yards on an otherwise well-blocked offensive play from Shawnee.
Also in there was Jarrett Mullen, who did not play last week, so we're glad to see him back on the defensive side.
Yeah, let's make a note of that.
This night.
Meeks was the ball carrier with a gain of about 4 on the play. They'll bring up 2nd and 6 for the Indians. Trips out to the left, 2 to the right, empty backfield for Spiker. He's going to throw in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. That's Hobson.
Great job by Ryan Richardson, though, coming up and hitting him as soon as he was at the peak about to catch the ball. Perfectly timed contact. And they practiced that this week.
So, Mark, when you're looking at this offense, a lot of similarities to Wapak, right?
Yeah, he's not throwing the ball down the field a lot. He throws a lot of short passes just like we do. Let your players make some plays out there. So, yeah, I think you're going to see a lot of similarities tonight.
This is a big 3rd and 6 right now to start the game. Ball at the 32. Spiker, empty backfield, once again with trips to the left, 2 wide receivers out to the right. He'll take the snap. He'll look. He'll throw over the intended receiver.
Completely blown coverage from Wapak. They got pretty lucky on that one. There was some miscommunication there between looked like Noah Bishop and his counterpart there at cornerback, and somebody forgot the guy going out. And if they would have just connected with him, it would have been an easy first down for Shawnee.
Now, Bullock had enough for a first down, but Spiker just threw it over his head, Mark.
Yeah, third down, getting off the field is huge, because the 2 games I watched this week, they were just making big plays on third down and making those big, long drives against us. So we have Bishop and Page back here to receive the punt for Wapak.
On 4th and 6, 3 and out for the first possession for the Shawnee Indians. That might be good field position as Noah takes it at the 40, up over the 45-yard line. And that indeed is good Wapak field position to start their first possession of the game.
Yeah, Chase Howard did a nice job for Shawnee coming down and making a tackle there.
We'll call it the 46-yard line. Statistically, Brendan, we're talking about the number 1 and number 2 defensive teams tonight.
Oh, yeah. Shawnee has definitely had quite the season so far. They're number 1 in rushing defense, allowing less than 100 yards per game. Their passing defense, though, is still number 2 in the league, but they're giving up a little bit more. Maybe that's a place where Wapak decides to attack tonight.
Let's see what they do. Go ahead, Mark.
No,
quick.
They haven't played some of the teams that we've played, like St. Mary's and Van Wert, that are at the top of the league in rushing. So, I think it's going to be a little different game tonight.
Oh, wow. Like an option play there to Mullen. And Mullen up over the 50 to the 40.
Making some
and
guys
wrestled
miss.
out of bounds.
Yeah, and that's what we didn't have last week. Jared Mullen out there on a little pass out in the space and, 12 yards, first down.
So, when I looked at Moyer, I even thought he was going to run the ball, and he just barely got it over the hands of the defender. And Mullen, as always, that's the reason why he's back. He could put pressure on that defense, and he certainly did there. 1st and 10 now from the Shawnee 39. 2 wide receivers out to the right. That's Page coming to the right. They're going to throw that quick screen again, and Bishop had a nice block for him if he would have come inside.
Number 11 there, Jaron Bagley, not getting fooled at all, following the offensive guy all the way to the flat. He never really had a chance to get upfield and get some yards.
Yeah, Shawnee plays a nickel defense like us. They bring an extra defensive back in the game. They got some athletes out there in the field. Come up and made a nice tackle there.
If he would have cut it inside, Noah Bishop had a nice ceiling block for him. He just drug it to the outside. All he had to do was plant his foot and fire up the field, and he would have had at least 5 yards.
And Wapak's starting to spread it out. You notice the defense here getting very spread out. There's some soft spots opening up in the middle.
We got Mullen split wide to the left here with trips out to the left. H-back to the right. Moyer's going to keep it, and it's wide open over the left end. And he's going to get at least 5, maybe 6 yards on the play.
Something I noticed right off the what, Shawnee's bringing 4 guys on the line, where last week basically Van Wert was lining up in a 3-man front the whole first half. And so Shawnee's trying to bring a little pressure. Their linebackers were in the gaps right away. So I think you're going to see a little bit different game tonight.
Well, we'll call the gain of 5. It'll bring up 3rd and 6 from the 35. What do you think, Mark? 4-down territory no matter what?
I think so. It depends what we get here on 3rd down. If we can get at least half of it, I would say so.
And if I'm Shawnee here, I got to put some pressure on this quarterback early. I'd be calling a blitz, but it doesn't look like that's how they're lining up.
Trips out to the right, 2 to the left for Moyer. Empty backfield. He'll take the snap, set up the screen to Mullen. Mullen just gets covered up, smothered up by the defense.
Yeah, defensively, Shawnee did a nice job of covering the screen out there. As soon as he caught it, he was getting contact. So, yeah, Shawnee did a nice job.
And defensively,
tough decision to make.
The defenders were right on the line, so he couldn't get away from him. I mean, if they were back a little bit further, he would have had some running room. He could have broke something. But here it is, 4th and 6. 4th and 6 from the 35. First possession of the game for Wapak, trying to make a statement here on homecoming. Trips out to the right. 2 to the left. Moyer looks left. Now he looks right. He throws right. It's Richardson. And Richardson short of the first down. His
Great
forward
defense
progress
there.
was near the 30. And if he would have broke that tackle, he would have had a first down.
Colton Hobson, though, playing the great defense, man-to-man, out there on an island. And he had him locked down the whole way.
I don't think that was a very good
spot,
spot,
he
Mark.
knew where the sticks were at, and he was like, just make sure to keep him in front of me, make a tackle, and we're good to go.
Wow.
2 tough stops back-to-back. Expect a lot of that this game. Both offenses look like they're going to have a hard time moving the ball.
Shawnee takes over at their 32, 1st and 10. We got motion to the right. 2 wide receivers left. We got motion right again. And, boy, a little delayed handoff or option there by Spiker.
Braylon Walter put him kind of in a pickle there, made him choose, and when he decided to keep the ball, Braylon just was right there for the tackle.
Sometimes the best defense is a good offense. That's the way you got to attack the football when you're on defense. You can't stay back on your heels and let them dance around you.
Gain of only 1. It'll bring up 2nd and 9 from the 33. Just underway, first quarter action, 8:10 remaining here in the first quarter. Second possession for the Indians. Split wide to the right is Davidson. 2 wide receivers left. And we've got a little motion to the right. That looks like Meeks. Spiker takes the snap, looks right, throws right, has a man open, and it's caught. Enough for the first down and then some. Down the right sideline, that's Reese Davidson, the senior.
And Wapak's defense is playing very soft. I don't know if it's a man or a zone, but they're giving a lot of respect, and Shawnee's going to keep taking care of these underneath passes if Wapak doesn't get up on the ball.
Yeah, they made the first man miss, and thankfully Caden Page was there as a safety to push him out of bounds.
1st and 10 from the Wapak 47-yard line. 2 tight to the short side, 1 wide receiver left. Now we've got motion left. It's going to be handoff on the sweep. And
Great job by Ryan Richardson.
Yeah, Ryan forced him inside. Our linebackers were flowing. Mullen was in on the tackle.
Hops in the ball
Darren
carrier.
Hauser.
Hops in the ball carrier, gain of 1.
And they learned their lesson against St. Mary's. You got to keep keep that offense contained, and then you'll see that you have all these guys on the inside that can come help out and make the tackle and make the play. And that's how you got to coach the team to win against these fast teams that are going to spread it to the outside.
2nd and 9 from the 46, 7:13 remaining. That's Meeks now settling in tight to the right. Motion to the left, or to the right is Hobson. Now they're going to throw that screen, and almost picked off by Noah Bishop.
Bobbled up and down, and Noah Bishop and Jarrett Mullins almost there grabbing it for what would have been a pretty incredible turnover to start off.
Yeah, again, just short passes. They're trying to get it out there quick in the flats, and went through his hands, and yeah, I thought we were going to get a pick there.
Yeah, that was a football practice tip drill pick is what that could have been.
3rd and long. This is where we want to see Shawnee. We don't want to see Shawnee in 3rd and medium and 3rd and short. We want to see him in these 3rd and long situations.
3rd and 9 from the 46. Trips out to the right, 2 to the left for Spiker. 3 down linemen for Wapak. They're only rushing 3, no blitz. So Spiker's got a little bit of time. Now he steps up, he looks, throws, and almost intercepted. Mullen couldn't get to it in time, short of the intended receiver.
Yeah, and I was talking to Dan, before the game about the difference with Mullen and the linebacker compared to, a Channing Miller, who Channing does a great job in between the tackles as a young linebacker, but Mullen cannot be out there and cover receivers out in space.
Absolutely, Mark. Absolutely. It showed right there.
What really
Mullen
made
was
that
all
play,
over that ball.
What really made that play, though, was Braylon Walter and Tate Niekamp, though, containing the pocket and preventing the quarterback from getting outside of it. And where it seems like where he likes to make the play is on the run.
On 4th and 9, Shawnee's going to punt again. And Page is going to take it inside the 10. Looking for a block. It was Richardson. Had the seal block for him to get around left end. He's up to the 30. Staying in bounds up to the 40. They're going to say he stepped out of bounds at about the 30.
Darren Hauser did a nice job of just getting in the guy's way. Puts his arms up so he doesn't get caught for a no-look block. But did a nice job there to get Caden on the edge out there.
Yeah, that was an excellent punt return. And honestly, what almost was great coverage from Shawnee there. Just couldn't let the guy get out, couldn't let our man get outside, and that's what happens.
Mark, we've seen so many times this season Wapak score on their first possession. It was kind of shocking they didn't even get into field goal range on their first possession.
Well, we knew it was going to be defensive night with the number 1 and number 2 defense in the league. So,
there you go.
Yeah.
That's Mullen split wide to the left. Page split wide to the right. That's trips out to the right, empty backfield for Moyer. It's going to be a quarterback keeper trying to find a hole, and nice defensive play there by the Indians.
Oh yeah, they just collapsed the line there.
Yeah.
He had no shot of squeaking through. There was never a hole to begin with.
Yeah, Zach Kreider there for Shawnee did a nice job of plugging up that hole.
I'd like to thank our sponsors for tonight's contest. As always, our good friends at TSC, Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, Merritt Real Estate, Minster Bank, Allen Davis Insurance, Elevation Chiropractic, and Miller's Corral. Gain of 1, 2nd and 9 from the 35. 6:02 remaining here in the first quarter. Trips out to the right. Moyer looks left, pumps, steps up in the pocket, looks across the middle. Wide open Ryan Richardson to the 40, to the 30, to the 20. Waiting for a block, cuts it back into the inside. He stays on his feet to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Richardson.
Shawnee's defense collapsed.
I gave a comment before the game. I said, hey, why don't you put one in the end zone tonight? And he says, I'm going to get one tonight. So nice job, Ryan.
Double R into the end zone for the Skins. A 65-yard touchdown pass.
They were looking for the stop and go to Caleb Adams on the outside there. And Caleb Adams actually had the guy burnt deep, but Caleb just kind of pulled it down and started to get a little pressure on him. And then he found Richardson in the middle of the field.
just hiding behind the linebackers who lost track of him. And then they turned around, realizing there's nowhere left to go but the end zone.
For the extra point.
And it goes, we talked all year about our offense just having different weapons. And, Dan was even mentioning before the game about Ryan Richardson, getting up, some more playing time and more catches. And there was a big one right there.
Extremely happy about that. So with 5:43 remaining, we'll take a quick timeout. You're watching Wapakoneta High School football here on TSC.
At Elevation Chiropractic, our mission is to elevate your health and lifestyle, providing you the best customer service possible and making everyone who comes through our door feel welcomed and valued. Dr. Mike Noggle and his team recognize each patient is unique and tailor care plans to meet their needs. By having multiple techniques and therapies, it allows us to get results patients need and desire. We invite you to join the family at Elevation Chiropractic and experience the benefits of consistent chiropractic care. We understand that healing takes time, and we're committed to supporting you every step of the way. Contact us today to schedule an appointment and begin your journey towards elevated health and well-being. Elevation Chiropractic in Wapakoneta. Call 419-738-4373 or visit us at elevationchiroohio.com.
Are you having trouble making decision about where to go for your hearing care? Well, let us help you cut through the noise. Hear what our patients have to say about us here at Auglaize and Sydney Audiology.
This place is absolutely amazing. Right when you walk in, it feels so homey, not like other doctors' offices.
Everyone at the office was so friendly and helpful. My audiologist did great at explaining the results and possible solutions.
Don't trust your hearing care to just anyone. See the professionals at Auglaize and Sydney Audiology.
Welcome back to Shawnee. Big Dan Wilson alongside of Mark Law and Brendan Wilson. Week number 7 of high school football action here on TSC. The undefeated 6-0 Wapakoneta Redskins against the 5-1, yet undefeated in the WBL Shawnee Indians. And Wapak draws first blood.
Again, you have Bagley and Howard back for the Indians.
And that's bobbled momentarily up to the 30-yard line and then tripped up.
Yeah,
23, Brandon Wireman doing a great job.
Nice open field tackle there.
Exactly, yeah.
Those are the hard ones when you're out in space and you've got one-on-one. Open field tackle, did a nice job taking him down there.
It might not have looked pretty, but a tackle's a tackle.
Yep.
So Shawnee will start 1st and 10 from their 21.
Especially when you're the contain man out there.
Exactly. I'd rather be on the ground with the other guy with me than watch him keep running.
2 wide receivers out to the right, 1 to the left. Looks like Meeks in the backfield with Spiker. It's quarterback keeper all the way. He's got a hole up over the 25-yard line near the 27.
Yeah, Jarrett Mullen and Gage Vaughn in on the tackle there after a gain about 5.
That was a nice hole.
I'd expect Shawnee to do a little bit more running and screens here just to get the offensive moving and then maybe see a big shot downfield. They got to do something here to get a little momentum.
Yeah, when they have a running back in the backfield, it seems like we'll bring 4. Anytime when they go empty or, doubles here, twins, we were only bringing 3. We got 4 right now, but sometimes they line up with only 3 down linemen.
2nd and 4 from the 27. That's Davidson split wide to the right. Spiker looks to the left and connects with Dalton Hobson, the senior. And Hobson has enough for the first down, so they'll move the chains.
Yeah, this is what, I saw in the 2 games that I watched is that, it's dink and dunk, move the chains, first down, just work your way down the field.
And it looks like Wapak's trying to sit in a zone, but really they're not following the guys that are supposed to be in their zone. They're just sitting where they're supposed to be, and they really got to find a man and stay on him.
1st and 10 from the 36. Spiker takes it, hands it off. That's Meeks. Meeks drops his shoulder. Wow.
Ryan Richardson there getting the short end of the stick on that stiff arm, but still forcing him out of bounds, making a play.
Yeah, our linebacker came in to try to have contain there, and he got hooked and opened up the outside for him there.
They're trying to say he's got enough for the first down, but they're not moving the markers. Now they are.
Shawnee's got a little momentum here. Let's see if they try to take a big shot and really open it up.
Boy, Meeks dropped his shoulder, and I felt sorry for
Ryan took a good shot there.
Right. Yeah, he did. 2 out to the right, 2 to the left. Meeks back there with Spiker. 4:24 remaining here in the quarter. Third possession for Shawnee. Spiker on the quarterback keeper had a seam. Richardson almost knocked it out of his hands, but he found some running room down the left sideline.
They caught Wapak in a blitz there. That Wapak blitzed both linebackers in the middle.
Right up the middle.
And he just bounced it to the outside, and there was no linebackers at the second level.
Honestly, well read by the quarterback. I'm not sure if that was a designed run to begin with, but he definitely saw where it was going and knew where he had to be to avoid those linebackers.
Yeah, and he found that seam and ran it up the left sideline for a first down. 1st and 10 from the Wapak 28-yard line. And they shift out quads to the right. 1 wide receiver to the left. There's only 2 people covering to the right, and the pass goes to the left. And again, dropping shoulders.
A little bit of a late hit there, but it looks like he was still playing the ball inbounds. It's hard to see up here from the box exactly where that contact takes place.
Yeah, Braden Bowersock took the brunt of that one, I think.
And Bagley on the receiving end, and another first down for the Indians. So they're on the move. This drive, remember, started back at their 21. 1st and 10 now from the 13 of Wapak. So they're finding a little momentum here, Brendan, as you were talking about.
And Wapak's going to have to find a way to buckle down. They're going to need a turnover, start swiping at the ball. They need to buckle down if they're going to prove they're still the #1 defense in the WBL.
And, Mark, they're struggling with their kicking game, so I expect them to go 4 no matter what. Well, there's Spiker. He's turning right end, and he gets tripped up by Mullen.
Wow, I'm surprised we didn't see a flag there. Braylon Walters' whole short sleeve was pulled down over his shoulder pads. He's the contained man, and he definitely got held inside there.
Jarrett Mullen, though, coming up and making a great play on the ball, an open field tackle, and like we said, trying to prevent this quarterback from scrambling and getting outside of the pocket.
Is there a flag on the play or not? No. Loss of 1, and it'll bring up 2nd 11 from the 14. 2 wide receivers out to the left. We've got Meeks, short left. Spiker looks right, feeling a little bit of pressure, spins around, and maybe running out of bounds, throwing it to the back of the end zone.
Wow. He just got high jumped.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Otherwise, great defense there from Braden Bowersock, who just couldn't climb the ladder high enough, and the quarterback threw up a prayer to his receiver.
I thought that was going to be intercepted.
Yeah, when he first threw, for sure Braden Bowersock was in good position, but like you said, just got mossed on top of that.
Those are the kind of plays where he's going to be laying in bed tonight wondering what he could have done differently.
You know, even on that play, though, you know, our corners were like 10 yards off, you know.
Oh, I think we almost got a handle on that.
Just barely went over. So with 3:14 remaining in the first quarter, we've got a ball game. We're knotted at 7. We'll take a timeout. You're watching Wapakoneta High School football on TSC.
Personal service. That's Home Savings Bank. Locally owned and operated, Home Savings Bank takes pride in being part of the Wapakoneta community since 1941. Home Savings Bank continues to offer more services like online bill pay, ID Theft Smart, a mobile banking app, home mortgage and equity loans, construction loans, lines of credit, savings accounts, IRAs, and more. All with friendliness, integrity, and the personal service you deserve. Home Savings Bank in downtown Wapakoneta.
Pushita Creek Steaks, naturally delicious, antibiotic, and hormone-free. From fresh, grass and grain-fed, free-to-roam cattle. Pushita Creek is a family-owned and operated 210-acre free-range ranch right here in Ohio. And we take the time to custom-fit your order to exactly what you want for steaks, roasts, hamburger, pet treats, gifts, freezer boxes, and much more. Check us out on the web at PushitaCreekSteaks.com. That's PushitaCreekSteaks.com.
Jake from State Farm. I really want that personal price plan, so I'll admit it. I'm a bath bomb guy.
Dude, you do not need to get that personal. The State Farm Personal Price Plan simply helps you create an affordable price just for you.
For real?
Who's ready for their jazz bath? No?
Who is that guy?
This is Jimmy from Jimmy Sager State Farm in Wapakoneta, Ohio. Stop in our office at 201 East Auglaize Street or call 419-738-7506 or check us out on the web at jimmysager.com for your free, no-obligation quote.
Welcome back to Shawnee High School. Big Dan Wilson alongside of Mark Law and Brendan Wilson. Week number 7 of high school football here on TSC. And we're knotted at 7. Wapakoneta and Shawnee. Good ball game, fellas. And we have 3:14 remaining here in the first quarter. Back to receive, Mark.
Yeah, we have Jarrett Mullen and Caden Page. Gage Vaughn picking up that squib kick and get a couple yards there.
That's a hot potato when it comes in at 20 miles an hour running along the ground. You never know which way it's going to bounce. And playing shortstop or second base, you realize just how fast of reflexes you got to have to make sure you get a good hand on it. You know, Mark, you talked about this before in some previous games, how they really don't want to kick off to either one of those two guys back there, whether it's Mullen or Bishop or Page. And so I'm not surprised to see the squib kick.
Yeah,
there.
and I think their kicker struggles on kicking the ball deep anyway. So, yeah, that's probably a good game plan for them.
Wapak 1st and 10 from the 28. We've got flags on the play.
Yeah, it looked like Rudisil jumped off the sides there for Shawnee Indians.
Just getting a little too eager to make a play here.
Oh, they're pumped up. It's homecoming here at Shawnee. So everybody's pumped up. That'll bring up 1st and 5 for the Redskins.
Well, this will show the discipline of Shawnee's defense here. They are the #1 most penalized team in the WBL right now with 39 penalties.
Wow, that's an interesting stat, especially going into a tight game. Trips out to the left. It's going to be a handoff. Mullen looking for some room around left end, and he finds it close to a first down. Let's see where they mark it.
And they really caught Shawnee's defense kind of sleeping there. They were all standing around. They thought all the linebackers and cornerbacks that were out on the right side of the field there were just staring, waiting for the screen to happen until they realized Mullen was running up the field.
Yeah, it's nice to have him back this week, just that threat in the backfield that we have now.
1st and 10 from the 38, 2:47 remaining here in the first quarter. Trips out to the right. That's Page. Wide left, Mullen in the backfield with Moyer. Sets up, looks across the middle, feeling the pressure and going down.
Yeah, Shawnee only pressure with 3 guys rushing, and 51 there. Rudisil was able to get off a block and put some pressure and have a sack there on Caleb Moyer.
That'll make up for the offsides call.
Yeah. But again, they only rushed 3. They were able to get to the quarterback and get a little pressure with just 3 guys rushing the quarterback.
Yeah, those guys were getting pretty hungry there. They, doing the swim moves, doing the bench. They're getting past this offensive lineman, and Wapak's going to have an answer for 3 guys beating them.
Loss of 6 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd and 16 at the Wapakoneta 32-yard line. There's Richardson splitting wide to left. Bishop out there with him. Page tight to the left. Now he's in motion, and we've got whistles and a timeout, I believe.
Wapak not quite liking their game plan there.
Wapak will take a timeout with $1:45 remaining. We'll take a timeout, too. You're watching Wapakoneta High School football here on TSC.
Friday Night Football, everyone's favorite time of the season. The energy, the band, it all ties together perfectly. You deserve the same from your real estate transaction. Located in downtown Wapak and operating all throughout Northwest Ohio since 2012, Merritt Real Estate is here to provide you with exceptional service and commitment to ensure you get the most out of your real estate experience. From Friday night lights to Friday morning coffees on the porch, Merritt is with you because in Wapak, community comes first. Get more with Merritt, your home team in real estate.
Founded in 1914, Minster Bank has never lost its focus that separates us from every other bank, and that is helping people achieve financial success. At Minster Bank, we take pride in knowing our customers personally. You can expect a relationship with someone who understands your unique needs and can provide the solutions to help. We're Minster Bank, helping you achieve financial success. Minster Bank, minsterbank.com, member FDIC.
Allen Davis Insurance Agency, your solutions provider in Wapakoneta, Lima, and Minster. Allen is a business owner and an active farmer and Farmers Insurance President's Council Hall of Fame inductee for 2025. Trust Allen Davis Insurance Agency for auto, home, life, commercial, and total farm protection with offices in Wapakoneta, Lima, and Minster. For more information, check us out on the web at allendavisinsurance.com.
Welcome back. Big Dan Wilson alongside of Mark Law and Brendan Wilson. $1:45 remaining in the quarter after the timeout. Let's see what Walpaw comes up with. It's Mullen out to the right with Richardson. Two wide receivers left. Empty backfield for Moyer. Now we've got motion to the right, and it's going to be a quarterback keeper all the way. And there goes Moyer over midfield into Shawnee territory.
Yeah, it's like a little counter play. What they do is they fake toss one way and then, pull the backside, and that's a pretty good call there on third and long, or second and long.
Yeah, once he got to that second layer, there was nobody there on Shawnee's defense, and he's got the wheels to turn it on and make it chase him.
And when you put Caden Page in motion, a lot of eyes are on him at that point.
Well, that was a good call coming from the sideline. Puts him in the Shawnee territory. First and 10 down from the Shawnee 41. I'd like to thank our sponsors for tonight's broadcast. Our good friends at G.A. Windsor, State Farm, Jimmy Sager, Auglaize Audiology, Dye Real Estate Land Company, and Pashita Creek Steaks. First and 10 from the 41. Tight trips to the short side of the field. Moyer's going to keep it, tucks it, drops his shoulder.
Wow, looks like they're giving a little option look there with Caden Page.
Yeah, number 14, Cam Barker there, doing a good job just reading the quarterback and flowing to the ball. Makes you wonder if Moyer made the right call, or should he try being a little risky trying to get a few extra yards.
Yeah, and the option is not something you just kind of throw out there, so that takes a lot of practice.
Yeah.
That pitch concept.
Yeah, a well-run option can be dangerous.
Yeah, it takes a lot of practice too.
Can be just as dangerous for the offense.
Well, Moyer's going out of the game. Did he?
No, but why? But why is the clock stopped? Now it's running, but it was stopped for the longest period of time.
Did his helmet come off?
Oh, somebody's helmet probably. I don't know.
Yeah, because Moyer's out of the game. It took him out for a
Well,
play.
they reset the play clock now, so now they're running the clock. And it's going to be a handoff to Mullen. Mullen trying to turn the corner. He's got some running room there. Drops his shoulder down near the 30-yard line, down near the first down marker.
And that looked like J.J. Spiker making the play there on defense, lowering his shoulder.
And they're going to move the chains. It'll be a first down for the Redskins.
I think Moyer's going to come back in here. Looks like he might have just had one of those equipment infractions where you got to sit out for a play.
And Shawnee's got those black jerseys with those red numbers. It's kind of hard to see some of those numbers out there.
I'm guessing.
Yeah, I was going to say, Spiker doesn't play defense, so.
10 seconds remaining. Moyer looks, throws, connects. It's Page breaking tackles and gets hit forward. Short of the 20-yard line.
Number 11, Jared Bagley there, missing the tackle. He's been all over the field today, been close by, but I think that's one of his first few plays that he's made.
Yeah, it was a backside safety, DePalma, who actually came up and made the tackle then.
And that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. What a great quarter it's been. Wapakoneta 7, Shawnee 7. We'll be back with second quarter action after this timeout. You're watching Wapakoneta High School football here on TSC.
Your outdoor fun starts here at Dad's Toy Shop. See us today for all of your favorite remote control land, air, and watercraft, and so much more. Dad's Toy Shop in downtown Wapakoneta is your one-stop shop for all of your hobby needs. Tired of searching for the right tire? Then you'll be glad you found Miller Brothers Tire Service. If it's round, rubber, and rolls, we've got it. Lawn and garden, agricultural and industrial, and everything in between. Miller Brothers is your one-stop super shop for everything tires and wheels. We offer the best service around, and we're family-owned and operated. And you know what? We're still going to be here tomorrow because we're on our second generation, and we've been here for 70 years. Give us a call or visit us online at MillerBrosTire.com for all your tire and wheel needs. At Ely Funeral Home and Crematory, we have years of experience caring for families from all walks of life. Each family comes to us because they know we are leaders in our profession, dedicated to excellence in service, and have the highest integrity. Our goal is to provide our client families with celebrations of their loved one's life and the time they share. We give every family in our community unique opportunities to learn, share, and remember. For more information, visit us at EelyFuneralHomeAndCrematory.com.
Lee's new crispy golden fried spicy wings come in packs of 6, 12, or 20. That means they're perfect for solo snacking or feasting with family and friends. Sorry, not sorry to your old favorite wing spot. Only at Lee's, famous for chicken.
G.A. Windsor & Son Company, family owned and the original recycler since 1848. We're proud to be headquartered in Wapakoneta, and our commitment to the community has never changed. We celebrate the hard work of our employees and provide our customers with the best service available in our industry, all while being environmentally conscious. We are proud of our city and proud of our workers. We are G.A. Windsor & Son. Visit us on the web at gawindsor.com.
Could make those neon red and not catch the number.
Welcome back. As we were just talking about the atrocious jersey colors, numbers to identify the Shawnee players, it's been that way forever, since the first game that I did in '97. 2nd and 1. It's a quarterback keeper. That's Moyer trying to dash his way over the 20-yard line. He's got enough for the first down.
And again, Cam Barker there on the play with Isaac Meeks in the backfield, coming up and containing Moyer from getting too far upfield and still getting the first down.
Caleb did a nice job because I think he was looking to the left side originally to get a hole there, and nothing was there, and he was able to make a little jump cut to make that first down.
That's what makes Wapak's offense so dangerous. Is there's just so many things they can attack you with. It's hard to keep your best guys on their best guys.
2nd and 10 from the 19. That's Richardson split wide to the left. Page to the right. Fake handoff to Mullen. And that's a quarterback keeper.
Yeah, Shawnee's front three is doing a nice job of clogging things up in the middle there. Yes.
Aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah. What they're really missing, though, is that support on the backside, that coming up and filling the holes, and Wapak's just going to keep running the ball up the middle unless the defensive line to run some more stunts, or the defensive backs come up and start to fill the hole.
A gain of, we'll say it's a gain of 3. It'll bring up 2nd and 7 from near the 17-yard line, just inside the 17. 2 wide receivers right to left. Moyer drops back, has time, and just throws it in the ground in front of Mullen.
Yeah, the defensive line recognized that screen right away, and there was nowhere for Caleb to throw that ball. The defensive tackle did a nice job there of reading that screen.
He had Mullen in front of him. Why didn't he just run that way? Why did he just spike the ball?
He had
plenty of time to run that way.
You're on the right side of the field. It's 2nd down. No need to do anything risky.
Yeah, but all Mullen had to do was turn around. He would have sealed that guy, and that would have gave him at least 5 yards around the left end there. 3rd and 8 from the 17. Trips out to the left, 2 on the short side of the field. Empty backfield for Moyer. Takes his time, looks, steps up, and boy, oh boy, great pursuit. That's the time he needed to spike the ball or throw it out of the end zone.
Coming up, forcing the quarterback to make a decision. That was a great play right there by number 0, Isaac.
Yeah, defensively they only rushed 3, but they got a little pressure on him once he broke the pocket. The linebackers did a nice job of coming up and forcing Caleb outside there and made a tackle.
It's going to make for a long field goal opportunity, and we talked about the kicking game possibly being the difference in this game because of the similarities of these two teams. So he is going to attempt a 37-yard kick. It's 2 for 2. Niekamp, I'm sorry.
Got enough legs.
Nice. It's good.
Very good.
37-yard field goal by Niekamp. But Elliott's been doing a great job, too, as far as holding the ball. We've seen him scoop it off the ground a couple times and make a great set. So Niekamp is 3 for 3.
Are you upset there that you only walk away with 3 points, or are you happy that you drove against the number 2 defense?
Yeah, I think they're happy. Yeah, points on the board. So, yeah, I think they're happy. Anytime you can go down and get some points on the board, now put it back on the defense side for us, and, hopefully the defense will get the ball back to us now. So.
Yeah, I think that's a good confidence builder for them. And Shawnee really has some soul searching to do to figure out what is going on and why are they giving up so many yards down the field.
And again, I think the biggest thing is that, they haven't seen the amount of athletes that we have. A lot of teams will come in, 1 or 2 really good athletes. Here we got 5, get good athletes. You got to pick your poison here.
Want to thank our sponsors once again, Dad's Toy Shop, Miller Brothers Tire, Ely Funeral Home, and Feaster Residential and Commercial Inspectors. Niekamp to kick it off. Back to receive, Marcus.
Wow. Yeah, Bailey again right there. Howard. Bailey's going to take it.
At the 10, to the 15, to the 20, 25, dancing around the right sideline and still on his feet up to the 35-yard line in a late flag.
Yeah, we lost a little contain there, and he was able to scout up the sideline a little bit.
I think that might have been a hold on Shawnee based on how number 6, Tate Niekamp, is signaling down the field. I think I saw a stretched jersey there at one point.
So they're talking about it down there to make sure where they got the right spot or not. As they march it off, once again, want to say thanks to our sponsors, Minster Bank, Allen Davis Insurance, Elevation Chiropractic, and Miller's Corral. Good friend of ours, Ted Miller, big supporter ever since we started doing these broadcasts back in '97, and a big supporter of the community too. Ted Miller at Miller's Corral. So that'll put the ball down to about the 21-yard line. That's where Shawnee will start 1st and 10. Motion to the left. Oh, and the quarterback falls down. Actually got pushed down by Meeks.
Great coverage there from Wapak's defense, scaring the quarterback before he could get up.
That's definitely a way you want to start the series.
We'll take it.
It'll be interesting to see here how far our corners play off here.
Loss of 4.
We can keep
second
them
and 14.
with like 4 or 5 yards here. Under that, this will be a good second down play.
Yeah, I'd expect a soft zone here.
Yeah.
At least keep the guys in front of you. You can maybe give them a few yards.
Trips out to the left, 2 wide receivers to the right for Spiker. Again, we're rushing 4 this time. And the screen pass out to the right is taken inside the 20.
Yeah, see, you're looking at maybe giving 4 or 5, and they're getting 8 or 9, and that's what they do now. They got it 3rd and doable here. It's 3rd and 4.
That's Davidson on the receiving end, so he gets back the lost yardage, and then some. Brings up 3rd and 4, as you mentioned.
This is where Shawnee's done a nice job of keeping their drives going on 3rd down, converting.
Let's see if we're going to come with any blitz action.
Our DB's got to play a little tighter.
3 to the left, 2 to the right for Spiker. He's looking left. He throws left. Intercepted! It's Jared Mullen to the 15. He wants to stay on his feet. He wanted that end zone so bad.
Well read the whole way. He stepped right in front of that, was waiting for the quarterback to throw that ball, and was all over it by the time he got there.
And we talked before the game about how the difference he's going to make on defense tonight.
Wow, you said the difference he's going to make in this game.
I wasn't sure if he'd play offense and defense, but I thought he'd make a bigger difference on defense, and that was a huge play right there.
Wow. So Wapak will be 1st and goal from the Shawnee 9-yard line. Wow, big turn of events here with 8:02 remaining in the first half. And Wapak up 10-7, trying to tack on some more right here.
Now you were talking the difference between 7 and 3. Now we want 7 on this turnover. We don't want 3 here. We want 7.
Richardson split wide left. There's movement on the Shawnee defense, and it looks like it's going to be offsides on the defense.
Great call from Wapak's offense here. Shawnee is going to be a little bit aggressive. They're trying to stop some momentum here, and great soft call from the quarterback there, drawing them off sides.
A little bit closer. ball is just inside the 5-yard line. First and goal.
They bring Wackoff in. Don't be surprised if Wackoff and Mullen lead for Caleb here.
Off to the right. Maybe a run right. Yep. Oh, man. Moyer
another
trying
hard count.
The hard count him offsides
Seeing
again.
how many he can get in a row.
Yeah, why not? Why not? Now Mullen shifts to his left. Moyer takes the snap. Hands it off to Mullen. Mullen inside the 5. Down to about the 2-yard line. It'll be 2nd and goal for the Skins.
And Isaac Meeks there making the play, stepping up. And they're going to need to take every single yard they can get here, try and lock this offense down.
This has been
backs against the wall.
This has been Caleb Moyer area all year long.
Right
Some
on.
type of quarterback sneak or quarterback run here.
Yep.
They keep Caleb Wackoff in the game. They also got Tate Niekamp there as a lead blocker as well.
Wackoff to the left of Moyer, and that's where he's going to go. Tries to punch it in, and he got close. And there's no call. I thought maybe he got it in, but he's going to be about a yard short, or not even
front
that.
four did a nice job of plugging the hole up there.
Yeah,
he's going to be less than a yard short.
Number 2, Dalton Hobson there running up and making the play on Moyer. And what a great stand so far from Shawnee's defense, trying to prove a point that there's a number 1 defense here in the WBL.
Moyer was trying to sell that down there. I thought he was closer than that. I thought he was possibly even in. But
yeah, that didn't look like a very good spot.
That still
I thought he was like right on the line.
No kidding. All right, 3rd and 1, 3rd and goal. Moyer takes the quarterback keeper. He gets hit from behind, and is he going to be in or is he going to be short? They're going to say he didn't make it in.
Shawnee locking it down again. They have been spending some time in the weight room. They have been eating the McDonald's, eating at Golden Corral. and this is where it comes down to pay.
Eating at Golden Corral.
And they even brought Gage Vaughn in as a running back, and he was like pushing Caleb like the old tush push there.
I'm surprised Wapak doesn't take a timeout here. They've got 2 remaining, but they're going to let the clock run.
It looks like they're going to stay heavy.
The play clock's down to 10. And we're under 6 minutes remaining. They're down to 3 seconds. They might want to call timeout. Nope. Moyer spreads the defense and gets it in. Wow.
What a series. I've never seen 4 plays last so long in my life. That was excellent on both sides, doing everything they can to keep the other team from getting 1 yard.
Mark, how close was that to the play clock running out?
Yeah, I looked up and there was 2 on it when I saw him, so it's very close.
Wow.
But, we talked the difference between a field goal and a touchdown right there. That's where we need that touchdown.
And Niekamp to attack the extra point. Elliott to hold. We've got movement on the line. It looked like Wapak moved.
Yeah, I completely agree, though. You have to come away with a touchdown there. You can't settle for the field goal.
So maybe go for 2 here. Hold on. Possibly. Now, Brendan, you mentioned how much they've been penalized this year.
It's already 2 scores, though. I'm not sure if Wapak's really got a smart move going for 2 here, considering all the time they just spent trying to get the touchdown. Just take the points.
Yep.
It's already a 2-score game. Make it so they, are at least a solid touchdown and a field goal ahead.
Well, they know they don't have much of a kicking game, so I think they know they need touchdowns to beat this Wapak team. And then he can't kick. Missed the first one of the year.
Wow.
So with 5:46 remaining in the half, it's the Wapakoneta Redskins 16, the Shawnee Indians 7. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back right after this. You're watching Wapakoneta High School football on TSC.
Mike Feaster is a proud graduate of Wapakoneta High School and takes that same pride into his work as owner of Feaster Residential Inspectors. They provide detailed home and commercial inspections, and Mike works with you to know the condition before you purchase that home or business. Whether you're buying or selling a home or business, you can count on Mike and his team of professional inspectors to give you all the information you need to know. Call 419-371-8468 or visit us at feasterinspectors.com. Let me tell you about my friends at Miller's Corral, a family-owned discount appliance and furniture store right here in Wapakoneta. Miller's Corral has served customers in Wapakoneta and the surrounding area since 1981, and I can tell you firsthand, they beat the big box stores. Low prices on quality products and top-notch customer service. They're all about service, delivery, installation, and repair. Miller's Corral is an authorized dealer of such brands as Amana, FlexSteel, KitchenAid, Maytag, Whirlpool, and more. Take my word for it, they are the best. For complete sales and service, visit my friends at Miller's Corral in the Grandview Plaza, Wapakoneta. When it comes to land, some people just see earth. We see an investment. We see growth. We see profits. We see life. When it comes to your farm and your land, we'll help you see your investment. At Dye Real Estate and Land Company, we know the land because we live it every day. Visit us today at dyerealestate.com. That's dyerealestate.com.
Welcome back to Shawnee High School. Big Dan Wilson alongside of Mark Law and Brendan Wilson. Week number 7 of high school football action, and that's what you got to do, Mark. You got to take advantage of turnovers, and that's exactly what Wapak did. At least they put 6 on the board in the missed extra point by Niekamp. Let's hope that doesn't come back and haunt us.
Yeah, we have Bagley and Howard back for Shawnee again on the return here.
Niekamp's kick is taken inside the 10.
Stood up right away there by number 5, Braylon Walter, doing a great job on the coverage.
Yeah, that's Bagley on the return. Bagley on the return. Let's see where they're spotting the ball at about the 26-yard line. So Shawnee 1st and 10 from their 26.
All right, it's about 5:40 left to go in the half here, and here's where Shawnee, did a nice job on bat. They took a nice drive right down before the half, so Wapak's got to see if they can get Shawnee off the field here.
And if you're Shawnee, you go with what you know, run the ball a little bit, hit those quick hitters, and make sure that you stick with what has worked so far.
Spiker has one wide receiver off to the left. He's going to hand it off to Meeks. Meeks got some running room up to midfield into Wapak territory. Still on his feet, breaking tackles, and what a nice run.
Again, kind of caught Wapak in a blitz. Mullen kind of got out of position, and he basically filled right where Mullen was in.
With a little help from the referee, heading up the field.
Oh, Brendan, this cat reminds me of the guy that played running back for Bath your senior year back in 11. Running back wise. That kid was a beast, and he reminds me a lot of him.
Well, he did a great job staying on his feet there. He's not quite as thick in the trunks as as Aaron was, but he still did a great job. Ooh, great defense there.
Yeah, Darren Hauser was in there on the middle linebacker position. Again, I think they were going to spy him a little bit tonight with Spiker because Spiker has done a nice job running the ball this year. So
looks like instead they sent him on a blitz that time. Said, quit sitting on your heels and go attack.
Yeah, that's what they need more of. They need more of that.
And that's a great response from Wapak's defense after a long gash down the field.
Loss of 1. It'll bring up 2nd and 11 from the 29. 4:44 remaining in the half. Shawnee on the move into Wapak territory after that nice run by Meeks. Spiker looks left, throws left. It's going to be picked off again.
Way.
This time it's Ryan Richardson. Richardson to the 40. Trying to break a tackle, but wrestled out of bounds inside the 25.
No. Nice job just stepping in front right there. Had a good read on it the whole way. And nice return as well.
Spiker's yelling at his receiver, you got to come back to the ball, he's telling him. Because otherwise Ryan Richards was there. He read it the whole way. And if you aren't aggressive on offense, especially on those quick cuts, the defense is going to cut right in front of you.
I don't think Spiker put enough mustard on that ball to begin with. Richardson having a ball game tonight. A 65-yard touchdown pass, and that one a big interception to negate a really nice drive by Shawnee to put it back into Shawnee territory for Wapak to start 1st and 10 from the Shawnee 25-yard line. Take advantage of the turnovers, boys. 2 wide receivers left. Moyer pumps, throws, comes back, and throws it short of Richardson.
And that was great defense down there by number 1, the quarterback, J.J. Spiker.
Yeah, they were trying to do a double move out there with Caden Page, but the
that's
defensive backs did a nice job of covering him. So he was just trying to throw one late out to Ryan Richardson out there in the flats.
Yeah, it looked like the intended receiver was going to be Page down the sideline there, but that was a good grounded pass there to avoid just the opposite of happening, an interception. So dead ball, deads the clock with 4:20 remaining in the half. 2nd and 10 from the 25. 2 wide receivers left. That's Bishop wide left. It's not going to matter because it's Mullen, the ball carrier. And Mullen running strong. Boy, you would have never known this guy was coming off an injury, Mark.
Yeah, it's nice that he can get that second gear. As soon as he broke the line of scrimmage, next thing you know, he's deep back in the backfield.
And he made Chase DePalma pay for coming up to try and make the tackle on him. Put his helmet right in his gut.
It'll be 3rd and 1 from the 16. Wow. Walpock's got to take advantage of these turnovers. That could be the difference of the game. If it's not going to be the kicking game, you might as well get those points on the board when you have the opportunity, especially deep in their territory at the 16 now. Moyer hands it to Mullen, and Mullen has nowhere to go.
And what a huge 3rd down stop from Shawnee there. You need to stop him here and force him into a tough decision. Go for it or kick a field goal.
Mark, it looked like he was running with his head down.
Well, DePalma came in from the defensive end there, and he just stuffed the blocker, and there was really nowhere for him to go. So defensively, DePalma did a nice job of stuffing that.
And after that missed PAT, it looks like Wapakoneta's going to go for it here on 4th down.
4th and 2. We've got Richardson split wide right. That's Page to the right. Mullen in the backfield. Now they're going to shift the H-back over to the right. Moyer, it's quarterback keeper all the way, trying to stay on his feet. Looked like he got down to the. It looks like he got the first down.
I think so too.
Because he got down to the 15.
I think he got to the 15. Yes.
Great contact though from Yaman Sherman there. Hitting the quarterback and stopping him right where he needs him.
Yeah, he got enough for the first down. You got to move the chains, boys. Come on. There you go. There you go. That was a good forward progress. Good forward progress.
That spot was right on.
I think Shawnee wanted a measurement there, but it was clearly past the first down marker.
1st and 10 for the Skins from the 15. The clock is running now, under 2:50 remaining in the first half. And Wapak up by 9, looking for more after the INT. That's Richardson split wide to the left. That's Page out to the left as well, but it's going to be a handoff to Mullen. Mullen cuts it inside, drops his shoulder down to the 5, and there's a flag in the area of holding, and that could be against Wapakoneta.
Yeah, once he broke the line of scrimmage, he's in the secondary, and his safety's coming up to make a tackle.
Yeah, he's doing a great job of hitting the hole going, north and south instead of east and west, and it's making a difference here on these small runs.
That indeed is the call, holding on the Redskins.
As an offense here, you want to score a touchdown, but you want to take as much time off that clock as we can. You'd like to score with, under 10 seconds if you could.
Yeah, I think there's 2 scores here. You get points and you run out the clock.
Yep. This might be an area looking for Caden Page here.
And Shawnee knows that. They've had their best guy on him all night. He hasn't had any productive offensive plays so far.
1st and 20. We've got trips out to the right. Adams is in the game now, tight to the right. And a little bit of confusion. Shawnee's going to call timeout, so why not?
Yeah, it looks like our offensive guys were a little confused out here on the edge.
So with 2:04 remaining, we'll keep it right here, guys.
Yeah, I don't think Page and Mullen knew what the call was going to be.
Yeah, usually when you're already lined up like that, you got a signal of some sort to read the play, and it looked like that was never called in.
I like the fact that, that Shawnee called a timeout there, because they need to settle their defense down a little bit. I mean, they got a break here with the holding penalty, but still they need to button it up a little bit.
Yeah, this is an important stop for them. Any yards here puts Walpock in a much better field goal situation. And, after that missed PAT, getting up another 3 points is going to be very important for them.
I'd like to thank our sponsors once again: Feaster Residential and Commercial Inspectors, Ely Funeral Home, Miller Brothers Tire, Dad's Toy Shop, and Pashita Creek Steaks. she's got some great specials going on in October. We'll tell you about them after the half. Amanda Lifferton. Boy, if you're looking for locally raised, hormone-free beef, there's none better than Pashita Creek Steaks right here in Wapakoneta. Two wide receivers, that's Richardson split wide to the right. Adams still stays in the game, along with Page out to the left. Moyer looks to the left, hits Page, and Page breaks one tackle down to the 20, but it was Page against the world down there after that one blocker.
Yeah, Dalton Hobson there coming up and making the play. And just like you were saying, Mark, they got to get the ball to their skill guys.
Yeah, they were playing just straight up man-to-man coverage, and as soon as he saw Page set up, he was coming.
I would rather see Page get the ball in that scenario with a trips position with two other blockers in front of him. But they tried that earlier, too, and he was caught for a loss. Shawnee was quick to react to him in that screenplay previously, and they did it again there. Although he did get a couple yards, it's still 2nd and 16. That's Richardson out to the right. Page is out there with him, and it's going to be a handoff to Mullen. Mullen has some running room, and Mullen just seems to find that hole every time, doesn't he? So nice to have him back in the lineup, Mark.
Yeah, nice job of getting some yards there. I think he got about 8 yards on that play, and so, yeah, it gives us now a 3rd and doable situation here that we can.
Manageable.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty good play, though, from Shawnee's defense. Chase DePalma, tripping him up before you get too deep into their defense.
Let's see what Wapak can do here on 3rd and 7.
You know, this is where Noah Bishop has made some big plays this year, you know, in situations like this.
Yeah, let's see what happens. Moyer steps up.
There he is.
No, he's in the end zone. It's Mullen on the touchdown.
I thought that was Bishop at first in the middle there.
Isaac Meeks there on the coverage, just letting him get too far over his shoulder, keeping his eyes in the backfield. Seeing Moyer tuck the ball for just a second, just enough to make him hesitate, and Mullen get behind him.
Boy, Moyer every time he stepped up in that pocket, he's gotten tackled so far in this game. Unbelievable. Go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, now there's this opportunity to go for 2 now since they missed the PAT last time.
And that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going for 2. Boy, it's
triple
like a
option.
Full house backfield. Now they're going to move.
Oh, they got some guys out on the right. Throw it to him.
You got some blockers for Mullen. Stays on his feet.
Oh, wow. Nice job by pursuit from the defense. It looked like he was going to get in, and they had enough pursuit just to get him short.
And that's what I was talking about as far as having blockers in front of some of these guys like Page and Mullen, but I thought he was in for sure.
And they had a huge mismatch of guys out there on the right side. Shawnee, knowing exactly where the play was going, managed to get out there and get behind those blockers that were otherwise going to try and go upfield. You know, that's Wapak not recognizing they have the mismatch and turning to look for the guys that are back on the inside.
Yeah, I thought when he turned it up he was going to get in, and all of a sudden the pursuit from Shawnee's defense down the line did a nice job of keeping him short.
So Wapak, with $1:12 remaining in the first half, extends their lead to 22-7. And boy, what a ball game. It's exactly what we expected. Didn't expect the turnovers, but we expected one of these defenses to step up, and so far it's been Wapak.
Yeah, their defense has been coming up with a bunch of answers for Shawnee that has otherwise been driving the ball down the field. They have methodically taken apart this Wapak defense, and Wapak has had just some stroke of luck and being in the right place at the right time, and maybe things that they've practiced earlier in the week.
So, Mark, Wapak gets the ball after the half. You think Shawnee's going to try to press it here and try to get some points here?
Oh, I definitely think they're going to try to get some points here.
Knowing that Wapak gets the ball back to start the second half.
The big thing for them, though, is that their kicker's not that great, so they got to go to the length of the field, I think.
Niekamp with the kick, back to receive.
It's like Howard's going to be on a turn.
Oh, it went right through his hands. Down to the 10.
Need to make a tackle.
Yep.
Nice job.
You got to seal it down.
There.
Yep. Good job of sealing that down.
Boy, you know, you think about what do we have timeout-wise for Wapak? 2?
2 more left.
If we can get a stop here on first down, we might have to call a timeout here.
Yeah, Shawnee really needed a little bit more than 10 yards on a kickoff return to get them started on this drive. So really starting out on the wrong foot on It's going to be a tough 1 minute to make it down the length of the field.
Yeah, at their 18-yard line.
Depending on how this first down goes, if Wapak's able to hold them on a short gain here, they might call timeout themselves.
Yeah, they've already proven that they can make some big hits, especially with that runner Meeks up the middle. But I don't suppose they're going to try to run it to Meeks, but I hope you would think they would try to get it into his hands somehow. But they do have some good wide receivers out there as well. So Spiker with 3 wide receivers off to the left, to the right.
Everybody's showing blitz.
Everybody's checking their wristband there to make sure they got the right play. And they pull the blitz back. There's a pass, and it's caught.
Playing the sideline there. That was good defense from Braden Bowersock, but you got to give them these short hitters at least off to the start so they don't get you with something deep.
And that pass to Bullock, a gain of about 7. It'll bring up 2nd and 3. Stops the clock with $1:02 remaining.
And as Wapak, you got to know that the play is going to the sideline here. So do your best to keep them in bounds and make them use those timeouts.
Now we got quads out to the left. Watch Meeks. He split to the right. It's motion to the right, and it's a quarterback keeper. Spiker up over the 30-yard line, and that's enough for a first down. Any timeouts? Maybe they're going to call it. Yes, they are going to call a timeout.
Yeah, Hauser and Channing Miller, linebacker, stepped up to make a tackle there.
The clock stops until the chains are set down.
I'm looking at the sideline to see if they were going to step out and call a timeout, but they're not. Clock continues to run now.
It's smart clock management. You get the first down, the clock stops while they move the chains.
Spiker's going to step up, feeling a little bit of pressure, and overthrows the intended receiver. That was Bullock, and he was open, boys.
Yeah, he was originally covered by Channing Miller, the linebacker, and then he let him go down the sideline there once Spiker started to scramble there.
And those are the plays that Spiker likes to make. Scramble outside of the pocket, find the guy that the defense has lost track of, and hit him for a big gain, just putting it a little too far out of reach for him.
Stops the clock with 45 seconds remaining. It'll bring up 2nd and 10 from the 32. Want to thank our sponsors, as always, our good friends at G.A. Windsor. Always supporting the community and a big supporter of Wapakoneta High School sports. Spiker in the shotgun. Looks to the right, throws, and overthrows the intended receiver again.
Well, Reese Davidson jumped up in the end zone and caught that touchdown earlier. I'm surprised he didn't climb the ladder for that one.
It would have to be a double ladder for him to catch that one. 41 seconds remaining in the half.
Again, big play here on 3rd down. Wapak's got to get off the field here.
Yeah, I don't know if they should blitz or not. I'm kind of thinking
I wouldn't blitz. I would keep the ball in front of us.
Keep it in front.
Don't open that middle up.
And they got trips out to the left, 2 to the right. There's one unmatched
to the right.
Spiker's going to keep it.
Oh, come on, there we go.
And Spiker's not even going to barely get back to the line of scrimmage.
They kind of did a twist.
Freshman Channing Miller
there.
Yeah,
they did a little twist blitz there. They in came out and Channing went inside. So put a little pressure on him.
So Mark, you mentioned in those last 2 plays, it's Miller covering the run, but not doing a very good job of covering the pass.
Yeah, he's just a young guy out in space, and when he's out there covering his receivers, he's more of a guy who should be in the box hitting people. So
4th down, clock running, and there's movement with 17 seconds on the play clock. I thought they were probably just going to run it down. But now it's going to go against Shawnee, so do you think they're just going to go ahead and take a knee here and end the half?
Boy.
What do you think, Mark?
Just punt the ball away.
Boy, that's if they don't run all 9 seconds off. I don't know if they're going to tell their quarterback to kind of run around and take a knee, or
I don't know if that really makes sense. Why not punt the ball away unless you're going to take a wild shot for the end zone here?
Block punt.
Walpock's got 2 timeouts, so if they don't punt, Wapak can stop the clock and bring Niekamp out for
send Spiker back out there. So
Niekamp out for a 50-yarder, man.
I think Spiker's just going to run around and try to run these 9 seconds off.
They got a timeout to play with, and the play clock's running down here.
Trips out to the right, 2 wide receivers to the left. Now Shawnee's going to call a timeout, make the first half even longer.
Yeah, they took too long getting that play into the offense there. I don't think the coaches even knew for sure what they wanted to do. It's kind of a tough situation. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. And I think they're probably going to bring out the punter here.
Want to thank our sponsors, our good friends at All Glaze Audiology, Dan and Vanessa Lee, Mayor Dan, And Vanessa, a great supporter of the community as well. Both of those guys, we really appreciate your support. Dye Real Estate and Land Company. Devin and Kylie Dye, thank you once again for your support. Wapakoneta High School Sports. Check out all the land auctions available at dyerealestate.com.
Yeah, they're bringing the punter out, Bence, who's actually leading the league in punting. He's got like a 39 average.
Take advantage of it here.
Yeah.
You know, kick the ball to the sideline.
But we're kicking it to two of our better playmakers here, so we'll, you know.
Left-footed punter, too. And that's going to be taken by Page, and Page trying to find some kind of seam. He does down the right sideline, and that'll bring us to the end of the first half from Shawnee.
Flag on the field first.
Let's see.
I think they'll let the clock run out on that holding call.
Well, we'll see what happens. It's holding against the Skins. It is going to be declined, and that will bring us to the end of the first half here at Shawnee High School with the score. The Wapakoneta Redskins 22, the Shawnee Indians 7. We'll be back with second half action after this timeout. You're watching Wapakoneta High School football on TSC.
Welcome to the Gigahood IQ app, your home's guardian in the digital realm, featuring Protect IQ. Protect IQ sweeps away viruses, malware, and online threats for your entire home, so you can focus on what truly matters: family. Shield your home with cutting-edge technology, ensuring every device is safe. No more digital dangers, just seamless, worry-free connectivity. Experience peace of mind with Protect IQ, included in the Gigahood IQ app. Download the free Gigahood IQ app and secure your home with Protect IQ today.
Tired of searching for the right tire? Then you'll be glad you found Miller Brothers Tire Service. If it's round, rubber, and rolls, we've got it. Lawn and garden, agricultural and industrial, and everything in between. Miller Brothers is your one-stop super shop for everything tires and wheels. We offer the best service around, and we're family-owned and operated. And you know what? We're still going to be here tomorrow because we're on our second generation, and we've been here for 70 years. Give us a call or visit us online at millerbrostown.com for all your tire and wheel needs. At Ely Funeral Home and Crematory, we have years of experience caring for families from all walks of life. Each family comes to us because they know we are leaders in our profession, dedicated to excellence in service, and have the highest integrity. Our goal is to provide our client families with celebrations of their loved one's life and the time they share. We give every family in our community unique opportunities to learn, share, and remember. For more information, visit us at EelyFuneralHomeAndCrematory.com.
Lee's new crispy golden fried spicy wings come in packs of 6, 12, or 20. That means they're perfect for solo snacking or feasting with family and friends. Sorry, not sorry to your old favorite wing spot. Only at Lee's, famous for chicken.
G.A. Windsor & Son Company, family owned and the original recycler since 1848. We're proud to be headquartered in Wapakoneta, and our commitment to the community has never changed. We celebrate the hard work of our employees and provide our customers with the best service available in our industry, all while being environmentally conscious. We are proud of our city and proud of our workers. We are G.A. Windsor & Son. Visit us on the web at gawindsor.com.
At Elevation Chiropractic, our mission is to elevate your health and lifestyle, providing you the best customer service possible and making everyone who comes through our door feel welcomed and valued. Dr. Mike Noggle and his team recognize each patient is unique and tailor care plans to meet their needs. By having multiple techniques and therapies, it allows us to get results patients need and desire. We invite you to join the family at Elevation Chiropractic and experience the benefits of consistent chiropractic care. We understand that healing takes time, and we're committed to supporting you every step of the way. Contact us today to schedule an appointment and begin your journey towards elevated health and well-being. Elevation Chiropractic in Wapakoneta. Call 419-738-4373 or visit us at elevationchiroohio.com. Personal service. That's Home Savings Bank. Locally owned and operated, Home Savings Bank takes pride in being part of the Wapakoneta community since 1941. Home Savings Bank continues to offer more services like online bill pay, ID Theft Smart, a mobile banking app, home mortgage and equity loans, construction loans, lines of credit, savings accounts, IRAs, and more. all with friendliness, integrity, and the personal service you deserve. Home Savings Bank in downtown Wapakoneta.
Pushita Creek Steaks, naturally delicious, antibiotic, and hormone-free. From fresh, grass and grain-fed, free-to-roam cattle. Pushita Creek is a family-owned and operated 210-acre free-range ranch right here in Ohio. And we take the time to custom-fit your order to exactly what you want for steaks, roasts, hamburger, pet treats, gifts, freezer boxes, and much more. Check us out on the web at PushitaCreekSteaks.com. That's PushitaCreekSteaks.com.
Jake from State Farm. I really want that personal price plan, so I'll admit it. I'm a bath bomb guy.
Dude, you do not need to get that personal. The State Farm Personal Price Plan simply helps you create an affordable price just for you.
For real?
Who's ready for their jazz bath? No?
Who is that guy?
This is Jimmy from Jimmy Sager State Farm in Wapakoneta, Ohio. Stop in our office at 201 East Auglay Street or call 419-738-7506 or check us out on the web at jimmysager.com for your free, no obligation quote.
Are you having trouble making decision about where to go for your hearing care? Well, let us help you cut through the noise. Hear what our patients have to say about us here at Auglai's and Sydney Audiology.
This place is absolutely amazing. Right when you walk in, it feels so homey, not like other doctors' offices.
Everyone at the office was so friendly and helpful. My audiologist did great at explaining the results and possible solutions.
Don't trust your hearing care to just anyone. See the professionals at Auglai's and Sydney Audiology.
Your outdoor fun starts here at Dad's Toy Shop. See us today for all of your favorite remote control land, air, and watercraft, and so much more. Dad's Toy Shop in downtown Wapakoneta is your one-stop shop for all of your hobby needs. Mike Feaster is a proud graduate of Wapakoneta High School and takes that same pride into his work as owner of Feaster Residential Inspectors. They provide detailed home and commercial inspections, and Mike works with you to know the condition before you purchase that home or business. Whether you're buying or selling a home or business, you can count on Mike and his team of professional inspectors to give you all the information you need to know. Call 419-371-8468 or visit us at feasterinspectors.com. Let me tell you about my friends at Miller's Corral, a family-owned discount appliance and furniture store right here in Wapakoneta. Miller's Corral has served customers in Wapakoneta and the surrounding area since 1981, and I can tell you firsthand, they beat the big box stores. Low prices on quality products and top-notch customer service. They're all about service, delivery, installation, and repair. Miller's Corral is an authorized dealer of such brands as Amana, FlexSteel, KitchenAid, Maytag, Whirlpool, and more. Take my word for it, they are the best. For complete sales and service, visit my friends at Miller's Corral in the Grandview Plaza, Wapakoneta. When it comes to land, some people just see earth. We see an investment. We see growth. We see profits. We see life. When it comes to your farm and your land, we'll help you see your investment. At Dye Real Estate and Land Company, we know the land because we live it every day. Visit us today at dyerealestate.com. That's dyerealestate.com. Friday Night Football, everyone's favorite time of the season. The energy, the band, it all ties together perfectly. You deserve the same from your real estate transaction. Located in downtown Wapak and operating all throughout Northwest Ohio since 2012, Merritt Real Estate is here to provide you with exceptional service and commitment to ensure you get the most out of your real estate experience. From Friday night lights to Friday morning coffees on the porch, Merritt is with you because in Wapak, community comes first. Get more with Merritt, your home team in real estate.
Founded in 1914, Minster Bank has never lost its focus that separates us from every other bank, and that is helping people achieve financial success. At Minster Bank, we take pride in knowing our customers personally. You can expect a relationship with someone who understands your unique needs and can provide the solutions to help. We're Minster Bank, helping you achieve financial success. Minster Bank, minsterbank.com, member FDIC.
Allen Davis Insurance Agency, your solutions provider in Wapakoneta, Lima, and Minster. Allen is a business owner and an active farmer, and Farmers Insurance President's Council Hall of Fame inductee for 2025. Trust Allen Davis Insurance Agency for auto, home, life, commercial, and total farm protection with offices in Wapakoneta, Lima, and Minster. For more information, check us out on the web at allendavisinsurance.com.
Welcome back to Shawnee High School. Big Dan Wilson alongside of Mark Law and Brendan Wilson for second half action between the Wapakoneta Redskins and the Shawnee Indians. Wapak up 22-7. Both teams basically 3 and out, if you will, on their first possessions of the game. Shawnee on their second possession had a turnover on downs, but it was Wapak on their second possession, and basically it was all Ryan Richardson, a 65-yard touchdown pass from Moyer to Richardson, Mark.
Yeah, it's funny because we talked about that before the game as far as getting him some more touches, and he had a nice catch and a nice run for that long touchdown.
Making plays on both sides of the ball tonight.
Well, we'll get to that in a second. Shawnee on their next possession came right back, a 79-yard touchdown drive. It ended with a 14-yard pass to Davidson.
Yeah, when I watch tape, that's what Shawnee did, is they just worked their way down the field, and they took that second drive, 80 yards, and got themselves right back in the game.
And that's where they're successful, too, that quarterback getting outside of the pocket, allowing some separation with the receivers. It's tough to cover a guy for 5, 6, 7 seconds at a time, and he got just enough space on him to get open in the end zone, even though he had to make a heck of a catch to get that touchdown.
The next scoring was a 37-yard field goal by Niekamp, and he really drilled that one, Mark.
Yeah, and he just hit that long leg. We talked before the game started. We thought that, kicking game could be very important tonight, and he came out and had that nice field goal.
Then, of course, it was all about the defense. That interception by Mullen made a difference for the Wapakoneta Redskins as they got it back to the Shawnee 9-yard line, and it was Travis Moyer for the touchdown, but a rare missed extra point by Niekamp.
And that was a tough-fought series, too. Shawnee really making them work for those 6 points.
We've all talked all year long about our skill on offense. We talk about having the number one defense, but skill-wise on defense, we got some really good skill players as well.
Man,
they've been showing up
You
tonight.
talked about Ryan Richardson and, Jarrett Mullen making interceptions and whatnot, and it made a big difference in our game tonight.
Yeah, and that was the next big play that you mentioned, Brendan. Ryan Richardson with the interception that got the ball back to the Shawnee 25.
And that was the tale of the first half. Richardson and Mullen stepping up, making huge plays on defense, turning the tides and putting their offense on a short field and really making Shawnee's number 2 defense get put to the test.
And Mullen with that 12-yard pass, Mark, from Moyer. Mullen was right there in that little post pattern, and he just put it right on him.
Yeah, at first I thought it was Noah Bishop sneaking up that seam again.
Yeah,
you
recall.
And then
we were both saying
Mullen came open right in the middle there. So, yeah, and he's been a difference tonight. We didn't have him last week, so it's nice to have him back out there on the field this week and making some plays.
So Wapak's going to open up the second half. They're going to get the kickoff. And what do you expect to see out of these guys? You want to keep the pedal to the metal and at least get some significant yardage, if not a touchdown, or put some points on the board.
Yeah, it'd be nice to come out after the half here and just take a drive right down the field, eat up a lot of clock, put some more points on the board, and then again start putting pressure on Shawnee as far as having to maybe throw the ball more to get back in the game.
I think it's interesting to note, too, the strength of Wapak's offense when it comes to the second half all season long. That's when they kind of smell that blood in the water and turn on the shark attack and really run the points up in that second half. So hopefully they learned enough in the first half to be able to and to do exactly that here in the second half.
Yeah, we've done
against this tough Shawnee team.
We've done a great job of coming out of the locker room and putting some points on the board on that first drive. So if they can come out tonight and do the same thing, it's one step closer to that W tonight.
And if you're Shawnee, you got to come out with some aggressiveness here on defense. If you're going to make a play, Wapak is a good second half team. You got to make a statement early on in this second half. Say we're not going to allow any more points.
And you talk about a statement tonight. Mullen has really made a statement coming back off of injury.
Yeah, and again, like we said, last week we didn't have him in the backfield, and I don't think we ran the ball as much last week. So, again, just opens up our offense a little bit.
And who do we have back again?
Mullen and Page, and I think watch for Richardson here on a short kick.
Yeah, they're going to squib it again, but they're going to let it go to Mullen at the 15, up to the 20, looking for some blockers. Finds a seam, cuts it back inside, up over the 35, and Wapak will start in good field position for their first possession of the game.
He's just electric when you see him get the ball. He gets the ball, and you're just like, oh, what's he going to do with it? So
he knows how to get up and down the field.
Yes, he does.
And that's exactly what you're looking for in a coach, or as a coach. Which guy is going to, execute the fundamentals, not try to dance around too much, and know that just getting up and down the field, those few extra yards are going to make the difference.
Yeah, the thing that I like about Mullen most is his lateral movement, and you saw it right there on the return. He can move quickly. He can plant that foot and cut to his left or cut to his right to find that hole, to find that seam, and then find that gear and get through the hole. 1st and 10 for the Redskins from the 38. 2 wide receivers left. We've got Mullen in motion to the left. Moyer on the quarterback keeper, and he's up over midfield, and just like that, a Wapak first down.
Again, they put Mullen in motion. They're going to fake a little pitch to him, and a lot of eyes go his way, and then the backside guard, did you see Ethan Becker lead up to the hole there? Nice job there by Ethan Becker.
And Shawnee's secondary is playing this run game too soft. They've got to come up and fill the hole. When they see it's a run play, they can't sit back there and wait for the running back to run to their level.
1st and 10 for the Skins from the Shawnee 49-yard line on this homecoming evening.
I was just going to say, it's pretty quiet over on this side of the field.
Oh, it has quieted down quite a bit. Wapak on the move, trips out to the left. That's Page, toss sweep to the left, looking for some blockers, and he's got it. And probably gain of about 8 on the play. Lost the handle on the ball when he hit the ground.
Cam Barker there on the pursuit, getting there just enough to stop him from getting the first down.
He gets up a little gimpy there, too.
That's the second time tonight that he's got up holding his right hamstring. I don't like that.
Well, he's had a great game so far. I'd be surprised if they utilize him too much to keep the gas on the pedal here on the offensive side.
Haven't seen much from Bishop tonight as Richardson stays into the game. He's going to move wide to the right. Wackoff in the backfield, leading for Mullen, and there goes Mullen. Oh, my.
Wow. Yeah, if Davidson doesn't make that tackle, he's in the end zone right there. Nice job by Davidson to save a touchdown right there.
Nice run by Jarrett Mullen. Boy, he had a nice hole to run through, too.
Yeah, Caleb Wackoff came in the game and was a lead blocker right there for him.
Spotted that right away. I spotted that right away.
Earned his break here. He's trotting off the field, get some oxygen.
All right, Brendan, what's the defense got to do here? They got to button it up.
Yeah, they've been getting gashed on these run plays. The secondary has got to come up and fill the holes. They, like we said earlier, they can't sit back and wait for the runner to get to them.
1st and goal from the 10. Moyer takes the snap, fakes the handoff, quarterback keeper inside the 5. Touchdown!
Yeah, middle linebacker over pursued a little bit there.
Yeah. And just a massive hole for Moyer to run through there.
Yep.
And the Shawnee's defense is just getting locked up by Wapak's offensive linemen and their running backs. Spectacular blocking here so far. The Shawnee has got to get off these blocks, got to make these holes a little bit smaller, and not give Moyer so much space to make a play.
10-yard touchdown run is second of the game. Caleb Moyer and Niekamp for the extra point, and the kick is up. And the kick
Another
is
miss.
No good.
Off to the right.
Wow.
Miss left, miss right.
Well, they scored so fast. 10-18 remaining here in the third quarter. We're not going to take a timeout. We'll keep it right here. So let's talk about that drive, Mark. Wow.
Yeah, because you mentioned it earlier, just how we've been all year long coming out of the locker room. And, boy, they put a nice drive together there, had a couple big runs. And then we've been talking all night. It's been nice to have Jarrett Mullen back. Had a nice big run there. Coming in tonight, Shawnee had the #1 rushing defense. And I don't think that's going to be
after tonight.
So they had the #1 rushing defense, and we're doing a good job of putting some yards on them tonight.
You said something about that prior to the game. You said that they may not have seen an offense like us so far.
Yep.
And I think it's showing up, and it showed up big time on that.
And they still have to play St. Mary's yet, who's a rushing team, and they have to play Van Wert yet. So they had a little lighter schedule at the front end. So like I said, they have not seen an offense like we have.
Wow. I'd like to thank our sponsors once again, our good friends at Auglaze Audiology, State Farm Insurance, Jimmy Sager. Thank you, Jimmy. GA Windsor, Miller's Corral, Elevation Chiropractic, and Minster Bank. Wow. Well, if you took a little extra time out at halftime to grab a slice of pizza or a drink, you just missed a 61-yard touchdown drive by the Redskins to extend their lead to 28-7 with 10:18 remaining in the third quarter. Back to receive, Marcus.
Howard's back there. And he goes down at the 10. So
just lost his footing.
Yeah.
Oh, he's not happy about that. I wouldn't be either.
He's going to be hearing about that tomorrow, as well as the dropped kick earlier in the game. Having a rough time there on the special teams. And, again, not what you want to start the drive for Shawnee.
Yeah, you don't want a turf tackle, that's for sure.
You wonder if the pressure of this game is starting to get to this Shawnee team, starting to make some little mistakes here that are costing them over time.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, they haven't been in this situation all year, so yeah, it could be a tough one, especially the offense coming out knowing that they got to put a drive together here.
So that miscue on the kickoff return will start Shawnee at their own 11-yard line. Spiker knows he's got to get up and down the field to keep Wapak in check here. Two wide outs to the left, H-back to the left. We've got motion to the right. That's Davidson, but they're going to run to the left as Davidson looked to seal the inside. And
Noah Bishop did a nice job coming up for support there on the edge, making a tackle.
Yeah, that's Hobson, the ball carrier.
Yeah, Braylon Walters forced him wide, and then Noah did a nice job of coming up.
He's got to come up on that play just a little bit sooner. You know, doing a good job of containment, but if you really want to make a stop there, you got to have that play recognition. He just took a little too long to step up.
We haven't seen Bishop at all offensively. I don't know why.
We still got plenty of time.
Yeah, okay. One wide receiver out to the right. We'll call it a gain of 6. 2nd and 4 from the 17. Spiker takes the snap. He gives it to Meeks. Meeks just plowing his way forward.
Yeah, they brought an extra defensive lineman, and they brought Ludwig in and brought 4, and he did a nice job defensively, but Shawnee just pushing them back here.
Is that going to be enough for the first down? They're going to move the chains? No.
I think that was a first down.
It looks like they're going to give it to him.
They're not giving it to him right now. They do. 9:25 remaining here in the quarter, and Wapak leading 28-7. And a desperate Shawnee offense right now needs to put some points on the board, but they did the first thing, and that's get a first down.
They're getting a little momentum here. They keep running the ball, keep forcing Wapak to tighten up,
Meeks,
and then you hit them downfield.
Meeks trying to lead the way, and the ball carrier couldn't get behind Meeks in time.
Yeah, Wyatt Buell set the edge right there. They moved him out to the end, and he just did a nice job of setting the edge there, and there was nowhere for him to go. Cut back up inside, and the pursuit from the defense just shut him down.
Hobson,
they were all over that.
Yeah, Hobson didn't get time to even get behind Meeks. That was a great job by the defensive line to blow that one up. We'll call it no gain. 2nd and 10 from the 22. It trips out to the right for Spiker. 2 wide receivers to the short side. Spiker
they bring Hauser on a blitz.
Throws, caught, and incomplete.
Great defense there from number 11, Caden Page, coming up to make the hit.
Yeah, they brought a middle blitz there, and Hauser was putting the pressure on him, and he got rid of it quick. Page came up and did a nice shot on the receiver there.
And Spiker still probably talking to his receiver saying on those turnarounds, you got to come back to the football. You got to work your way back to the quarterback. Otherwise, you're just going to get teed off on, or they're going to cut in front of you and grab the ball for an interception like they've done twice already.
Exactly.
Defense did a nice job tonight keeping these guys in 3rd and long instead of 3rd and short.
3rd and 10 to be exact from the 22. 3 wide receivers out to the right for Spiker. Again, 2 to the left on the short side, but he's looking down the right side of the field all the way and overthrows the intended receiver, and that's Mullen closely covering number 7, DePalma.
Great defense there, watching the guy coming across his face, going up the field, and it would have been a very tough catch if he would have put the ball in the money.
And Shawnee's made those plays previous this year, making those drives, sustaining those drives, but Wapak's doing a nice job of getting their offense off the field.
And that's going to bring out the punting unit, so 1 first down is all they get on that particular drive, and the clock continues to run. 8:18. No, it stops.
Got Page and Bishop back to receive here.
And Page works his way, catches it with his fingertips up over the 40 to the 45 and out of bounds before he gets to the 50-yard line.
Good job on the coverage there from Shawnee's punt team, but not quite enough to stop him right where he caught the ball. And otherwise, pretty good punt from the leading punter in the NFL, the WBL.
Yeah.
Wapak will start 1st and 10 from their own 49. Great field position.
You talk about punting tonight. Mike Watt works with our kickers, and I rode up to the game tonight with Mike Watt, and I said, you know what a nice stat is that I was looking at today? We've only punted 9 times this year. We've punted the least amount of times in the league, and I don't think Elliott Block has punted in the last 2 games, I don't think.
Wow. Wow, that's a great stat.
Yeah.
Wapak's offense has been a machine so far this year, so I'm not surprised.
Trips to the short side of the field. Moyer has time, plenty of time. Now he looks, and crossing across the middle is Adams, and Adams on the receiving end for a gain of only about 2 on the play, maybe 3.
Yeah, like Caden Kraft there making the play on the defensive
middle
side.
Linebacker there. Because they're only rushing 3, so Wapak did a nice job of protecting Caleb there when Shawnee's only rushing 3, gave him plenty of time.
Yeah, they're playing kind of a prevent defense to make sure they don't throw the ball long. And Moyer going through his progressions there, came up with Adams on that crossing pattern, but not much on that play. But
don't be surprised if they go back to Mullen here.
2nd and 7. We've got Wackoff with motion to the right. Moyer rolls to the right, looks, throws, caught.
Great pass.
Caden Page.
Yeah, right in front of Bagley there. Bagley didn't have bad coverage. It's just, Caden Page and Caleb did a nice job of throwing him open to the sideline. So that's a hard route to cover. And the quarterback throws you open like that.
And Bagley, like you said, doing an otherwise great job on defense, getting at least fairly close to the ball. But, when you're in that zone coverage, you got to get closer to the man that's coming through your zone. And, just a fingertip away from making a play.
Into Shawnee territory now, 1st and 10 from the 35. 2 wideouts left. That's Richardson to the right. Bishop heads that way to block on the screen to Page. Page cut it in initially, then cut it back outside.
There's your play you were calling for earlier. 2 blockers out there for Page instead of just 1.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, nice job out there.
Especially with Bishop, having him in the game. He's such a great blocker. So Bishop and Adams is going to come out, and Walter is going to come into the game after a gain of, gain of 9. It'll bring up 2nd and 1 from the 26. That's Richardson now to the right. Page tight to the right. Mullen in the backfield with Moyer. He almost got him to jump again. Boy, Moyer has really done a great job in developing that hard count. Moyer takes the snap, hands it to Mullen. Mullen looking for some blocks. Can't get around the corner initially. And a lot of black jerseys on him, but not after he gets a first down inside the 25-yard line.
It looked like Hobson came up and had enough on him to slow him down, and then the rest of the defense pushes him out of bounds there.
Well, like we've been talking, though, Mullen's pretty slippery out there. He knows how to make those lateral movements and get just enough space to get you off of him.
1st and 10 for the Redskins. Looking to add some more points here in the second half after they took the opening drive 61 yards on a 10-yard Moyer touchdown to cap it off. That's Page in motion to left, but it's going to be a handoff to Mullen, and Mullen doesn't get anywhere.
Great job coming upfield there by Caden Kraft, number 15. Breathing a little bit of life into the Shawnee defense.
Yeah, defensive linebacker came hard that time.
Yeah, that's a 2-yard loss there. 2nd and 12 now.
Had some window dressing out here with Caden Page in motion, so didn't help though.
Yeah, it didn't help. Didn't help. That short side of the field was covered pretty well by those black jerseys. That's Adams and Page out to the left. That's Richardson wide right. Bishop in the game on the short side to the right. Mullen in the backfield with Moyer on 2nd and 12. He's running the play clock down. And Moyer stepped up initially, now stepping back, looking for some time, throws it out of bounds.
Yeah, Shawnee did a nice job here bringing an extra rusher. They brought the linebacker, and then with the down 4 linemen, was able to get a little pressure on him and force him out of the pocket.
Great downfield coverage, too, by Shawnee's defense, staying on their men. Like we said earlier, it's hard to stay on those guys for 5, 6, 7 seconds at a time.
Well, the reason why he had plenty of time there, even when he was rolling, was a holding penalty on the Redskins. That's going to back it up another 10.
Shawnee's starting to get a little momentum here on the defensive side. Let's see if they can put a stop together.
So what was 2nd and 12 now becomes 2nd and 21.
Yeah, they're bringing Waters in at tight end.
2nd and 22. And they're looking at the play clock. They're trying to run as much time as they can.
They only got 4 seconds.
They're down to 3 seconds. They got to get on the line. There we go.
We typically have one of those a game.
Yeah, we can't have that come playoff time, that's for sure. But with a timeout on the field, we'll keep it right here with 5:07 remaining in the quarter, and Wapakoneta up 28-7. Want to give a big shout out to our sponsors once again, TSC, Susan and Lonnie. We couldn't do it without you. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken. Merritt Real Estate had a chance to see Ryan Place earlier this week. He's excited about the season, and we thank you once again for your sponsorship. Our good friends at Elevation Chiropractic. Can't say enough about Mike Noggle and Royce Cantor. Our good friends at Miller's Corral, Ted Miller. Just want to remind you here for a moment, too, when it comes to Miller's Corral, they'll take away your old appliance when they bring you a new appliance, and they'll install it for you at no extra charge. So if you're looking for that custom kitchen appliance, they also have bedroom furniture. They have a living room furniture, and they have a lot of other decorations for your home or office. Check them out in the Grandview Plaza, Miller's Corral. Ted Miller, thanks again for your sponsorship.
What are we thinking here? Some type of draw or maybe a screen or something?
Well, you got to get at least some yards to make that 3rd and manageable. So I would expect something cutting deep across the middle, 10 yards up the field.
Richardson wide to the right, but it's going to be a handoff to Page, and Page looking for a hole and barely gets back to the 30-yard line, so it'll be 3rd and long.
And that was the senior on Shawnee's defense, Chase DePalma. He's near the top 10 in interceptions this year, and he's a playmaker for them on this Shawnee defense, and they're going to need him right here.
Want to remind you that next week we're back at home against Kenton, and that's senior night. The following week on October 17th versus Elida at home, it's band senior night, and we finish the year on the road October 24th. I think everybody's got that on their calendar at Bath. 3rd and 17 for Moyer. That's Adams split wide to the right. Moyer looks to the right, and it's caught, but short of the first down. That is Adams on the receiving end. And that'll put the ball at about the 26-yard line.
Yeah, Hobson did a nice job there, just keeping the ball in front of him, pushes him out of bounds, short gain, makes it 4th and long here.
I think they're going to go for it, right?
Yep.
At least try and draw them off sides.
Yeah, that's a good call, Brendan. Maybe. They started with great field position at the 49. I expected them to do much better than this. Right now with 4th and 13, 3:43 remaining. Play clock under 7 seconds. 3, 2, 1. You got to snap the ball. Moyer looks, steps up in the pocket. Almost got tripped there, trying to break some tackles.
Wobbly ball to a wide open receiver.
It's Mullen! Jared Mullen on the receiving end. How did he get open?
Was completely lost there in the secondary. They had no eyes on that man, just sitting in the end zone.
Yeah,
when Caleb barely getting it off.
When Caleb started scrambling, gave plenty of time back there for those defensive backs to kind of lose a guy, and Mullen just made himself open deep in the end zone.
What a huge play there.
Mullen with his 2nd touchdown of the game. Wow. And that really takes the air out of this homecoming crowd with 3:23 remaining. Niekamp to redeem himself. Elliott to hold. The kick is up, and that one is good. So with 3:23 remaining, it's the Wapakoneta Redskins 35, the Shawnee Indians 7. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back right after this. You're watching Wapakoneta High School football on TSC.
Tired of searching for the right tire? Then you'll be glad you found Miller Brothers Tire Service. If it's round, rubber, and rolls, we've got it. Lawn and garden, agricultural and industrial, and everything in between. Miller Brothers is your one-stop super shop for everything tires and wheels. We offer the best service around, and we're family-owned and operated. And you know what? We're still going to be here tomorrow because we're on our second generation, and we've been here for 70 years. Give us a call or visit us online at millerbrostire.com for all your tire and wheel needs. At Ely Funeral Home and Crematory, we have years of experience caring for families from all walks of life. Each family comes to us because they know we are leaders in our profession, dedicated to excellence in service, and have the highest integrity. Our goal is to provide our client families with celebrations of their loved one's life and the time they share. We give every family in our community unique opportunities to learn, share, and remember. For more information, visit us at EelyFuneralHomeAndCrematory.com.
Lee's new crispy golden fried spicy wings come in packs of 6, 12, or 20. That means they're perfect for solo snacking or feasting with family and friends. Sorry, not sorry to your old favorite wing spot. Only at Lee's, famous for chicken.
G.A. Windsor & Son Company, family-owned and the original recycler since 1848. We're proud to be headquartered in Wapakoneta, and our commitment to the community has never changed. We celebrate the hard work of our employees and provide our customers with the best service available in our industry, all while being environmentally conscious. We are proud of our city and proud of our workers. We are G.A. Windsor & Son. Visit us on the web at gawindsor.com.
Welcome back to Shawnee High School for homecoming. And the Wapakoneta Redskins playing spoiler right now, up 35-7, boys.
Yeah, I had a chance to talk to Coach Truesdale today at school, and I said, Spiker does a nice job of, sustaining the drives and running the football. And he goes, we're going to get after him tonight. He had some stuff set up for him, so defensively they're doing a very good job containing him tonight.
Back to receive.
Yeah, we have Bagley and Howard back there for Shawnee.
Camp with a nice kick down inside the 5-yard line. That's Howard up over the 25 to the 30.
Braylon Walter there making the tackle.
Hey, let me tell you about our good friends at Buckeye Creek Steaks. Amanda Lifton just texted me. And this month in October, if you spend $50, you'll get $15 off with the code SPOOKY. So go to their website, Buckeye Creek Steaks. Spend $50, get $15 off with the code word SPOOKY. And sign up for their emails and get updates like October is National Chili Month with a recipe on they have a recipe there, and on October 7th is National Taco Day. You can also pre-order prime rib for Thanksgiving or Christmas. Check them out on the web at BucceteCreekSteaks.com.
They sound like they know the way to a man's heart.
You betcha. Spiker in the shotgun with two wide receivers tight side, and that's where he's going to go. It's caught on that near side of the field.
Gage Vaughn there making the tackle.
Or far side of the field. I don't know why I said near side.
Again, they'd have to take that outside linebacker and play out there in that flats, and it's a little ways for him to go.
And that's Hobson on the receiving end on the short side of the field, which is also the far side of the field.
It looks like Vaughn's in for Hauser catching a break there after that field goal attempt.
Gain of 8 on the play to bring up 2nd and 2. Two wide receivers out to the left. It's going to be a quarterback keeper. Spiker trying to look for some running room, but there's that man, Jared Mullen, having a game tonight.
Yeah, outside linebacker staying tight there. And again, same what we had to do is, tackle Spiker, not let him make extra yards after a hit.
We haven't said much about Braylon Walter yet, Brendan. That was also a good lockdown from his defensive end position.
Yeah, I mean, the rest of the defense is having such a spectacular game so far. You can't have everybody there making plays, but, when you got talent like this that Wapak's got on the defensive side, they're going to get their name called at least a couple times a game.
And a lot of times when you got an all-league player like that, they'll run away from him too. So
exactly, yeah. You don't want to run right into the arms of your best defender.
3rd and 1. Spiker looking to get the first down. He does as he stretches over the 40, close to the 42, maybe 43-yard line. They'll call it the 42.
Braden Bowersock coming up from his corner position, made a little tackle there. Short gain.
Just a little too late to make the stop, though.
Buck 45 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Wapak up 35-7. Good crowd on hand for this homecoming this evening here at Shawnee, but they've been a little bit on the quiet side. Not much to cheer about since Wapak has been doing the damage here the last couple of possessions.
Yeah, it seems like every time they get a little momentum going in the game, Wapak comes back with something big.
Blitz and Hauser there.
Oh, wow. Trying to jump the route. That was number 22 for Wapak, Gage Vaughn. And he was looking for a INT right there, fellas.
Yeah, Wapak's defense getting a little aggressive here on the defensive side.
It's just real quick passes, though, by Spiker. He gets the ball and it's out of his hands, so it's hard to get to him with a blitz.
And they're taking away, how he traditionally likes to play, getting outside the pocket to make the pass, scrambling, giving his receivers a little extra time downfield. So they're really limiting this Shawnee's playbook right now.
Under a minute remaining now, 45 seconds. 2nd and 4. Spiker is going to hand it off, and it's not Meeks, which I'm kind of surprised.
Gage Vaughn again coming up to make the play there with Darren Hauser at his feet.
Yeah, defense did a nice job there. No gain, basically.
That's Hobson, the ball carrier. Where's Meeks in the backfield, guys? What's going on? Is he on the sideline? Number 0 on the sideline? That cat's got to be in the game, man.
Yeah, you would think if you're Shawnee, you got to have your best players in here, trying to move the ball up the field. They need points.
Look for Spiker to make a play here, either running or passing.
3rd and 3 from their 49. 4 wide receivers left, but it doesn't matter. He's going to go to the right and throws the ball to number 3. That's Davidson, the ball carrier, and he's got enough for the first down in the Wapak territory.
Yeah, they blitzed the outside backer on that side, Shandy Miller, and so Hauser had to kind of rotate over in that position, but they found an opening right there.
Yeah, and that's what happens when you play the zone defense. Every once in a while, the offense is going to find those soft spots. And, when you're not locked down on a guy, your quarterback just has to find the open spot and put it there.
That's going to bring us to the end of the 3rd quarter with the score. The Wapakoneta Redskins 35, the Shawnee Indians 7. We'll be back with 4th quarter action right after this timeout. You're watching Wapakoneta High School football on TSC.
At Elevation Chiropractic, our mission is to elevate your health and lifestyle, providing you the best customer service possible and making everyone who comes through our door feel welcomed and valued. Dr. Mike Noggle and his team recognize each patient is unique and tailor care plans to meet their needs. By having multiple techniques and therapies, it allows us to get results patients need and desire. We invite you to join the family at Elevation Chiropractic and experience the benefits of consistent chiropractic care. We understand that healing takes time, and we're committed to supporting you every step of the way. Contact us today to schedule an appointment and begin your journey towards elevated health and well-being. Elevation Chiropractic in Wapakoneta. Call 419-738-4373 or visit us at elevationchiroohio.com. Personal service. That's Home Savings Bank. Locally owned and operated, Home Savings Bank takes pride in being part of the Wapakoneta community since 1941. Home Savings Bank continues to offer more services like online bill pay, ID Theft Smart, a mobile banking app, home mortgage and equity loans, construction loans, lines of credit, savings accounts, IRAs, and more. All with friendliness, integrity, and the personal service you deserve. Home Savings Bank in downtown Wapakoneta.
Pushita Creek steaks, naturally delicious, antibiotic, and hormone-free. From fresh, grass and grain-fed, free-to-roam cattle. Pushita Creek is a family-owned and operated 210-acre free-range ranch right here in Ohio. And we take the time to custom-fit your order to exactly what you want for steaks, roasts, hamburger, pet treats, gifts, freezer boxes, and much more. Check us out on the web at PushitaCreekSteaks.com. That's PushitaCreekSteaks.com.
Jake from State Farm. I really want that personal price plan, so I'll admit it. I'm a bath bomb guy.
Dude, you do not need to get that personal. The State Farm Personal Price Plan simply helps you create an affordable price just for you.
For real?
Who's ready for their jazz bath? No?
Who is that guy?
This is Jimmy from Jimmy Sager State Farm in Wapakoneta, Ohio. Stop in our office at 201 East Augley Street or call 419-738-7506 or check us out on the web at jimmysager.com for your free, no obligation quote.
Are you having trouble making a decision about where to go for your hearing care? Well, let us help you cut through the noise. Hear what our patients have to say about us here at Augley's and Sydney Audiology.
This place is absolutely amazing. Right when you walk in, it feels so homey, not like other doctors' offices.
Everyone at the office was so friendly and helpful. My audiologist did great at explaining the results and possible solutions.
Don't trust your hearing care to just anyone. See the professionals at Augley's and Sydney Audiology.
Welcome back to Shawnee High School. Big Dan Wilson alongside of Mark Law and Brendan Wilson for the start of fourth quarter action on this homecoming night from Shawnee. The 6-0 Wapakoneta Redskins against the 5-1 Shawnee Indians, but both teams undefeated in the WBL so far. And Wapak trying to make it 5-0 in the WBL. Or 6-0, I should say. I'm sorry.
Good job by Gage Vaughn there, forcing him out of bounds for the short gain. But,
Hops in the ball carry.
Wapak's playing a soft defense so far, even though they've been a little bit aggressive.
Yeah, they brought Cheney Miller back in the game. They're only going down to that three-man front.
2nd and 4 from the...
It's like Hauser's coming out of the game for something, maybe equipment reason.
From the Wapak 36-yard line.
Out of a move Malwin up to a linebacker. They're bringing Guy Kohlreiser in as the other safety.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, as long as they don't have any confusion over whose responsibility is what, because they've got trips out to the left and only one guy covered over there right now. Spiker looks that way, but he's going to run the ball. And some nice blocks up the hole there that sprung him for a big gainer there and enough for a first down and then some.
Yeah.
Channing Miller trying to step up and fill the hole there. Just not quite big enough yet in his freshman year.
They took Hauser out of the middle, and that's right where they ran. So Hauser's back in the game now. He must have had some type of equipment issue that he's back in there right now.
Well, he did have an injury to end the third quarter, so let's hope he's feeling better. But, yeah, they spotted that as well. So why not go after that weakness? Trips out to the left. Spiker's got 2 to the right. He looks to the right, throws, caught. That's number 3, Davidson on the receiving end, breaking a few tackles. Short of the 20-yard line, and there's a...
Looks like they're getting Hauser for a late hit there out of bounds, but the runner was still in bounds.
He came back in bounds.
Yeah.
How can you call that if he... Yeah, so he went out of bounds, and he came back in bounds. And even the ball was, even though the official was trying to call a dead ball because he stepped out of bounds,
it took a little too long with
he was still moving, yeah. And so, what do you expect there? That's, that wasn't a cheap hit or a late hit. It was just
rare penalty for the Wapak's defense there.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, this drive started back at the Shawnee 30-yard line, and they're now at the Wapak 10. With 11:23 remaining in the game, they desperately need a touchdown here. Trips out to the left, 2 wide receivers to the right. Some of the Zebras are going to talk about this here. Make sure everything is copacetic. Where you guys want to go to dinner afterwards? Are you guys watching the ball game tomorrow night?
Who does Ohio State play tomorrow?
I don't know, but Michigan plays Wisconsin. I'm heading up there tomorrow, so it's going to be a good game.
Trips out to the left on 1st and goal from the 10. He's got motion to the right. It's a quarterback keeper.
Down, Tate. Yeah, Nate Niekamp, nice job from the backside defensive end.
Yeah, number
running
6.
Down, yep.
Niekamp ran him down, but he still got a couple yards there.
Good job, staying shallow when your instincts to bring you upfield and get some depth into the backfield there, recognizing it's a run and staying at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and goal from the 8. We got Bagley split wide to the left. We haven't heard much from him. Davidson out to the right. Meeks back in the backfield trying to lead the way, but Spiker doesn't follow Meeks. He trusts his instinct, runs it right up the gut, and gets an 8-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, found the rare hole there in the Wapaks defense and definitely took advantage of it.
And watching tape on these guys, that's what I saw. You know, he made some big plays for them. And again, there's that drive where they just kind of kept getting first down, working their way down the field, and Spiker making a way into the end zone.
Great patient run too, waiting for the hole to open up, giving his blocks some time to develop, and just making the easy play up the field.
And the extra point is good. So with 10:37 remaining in the game, it's Wapak 35. Shawnee cuts it by 7, now with 14. We'll keep it right here. Hey, want to remind you one more time about our good friends at Buckeye Creek Steaks, some of the best locally grown hormone-free meat you're ever going to have. Reminding you that in October, you spend $50 on their website, you'll get $15 off with the code SPOOKY. So please write that down, order something today. They have some incredible meats. I have to tell you first off, too, that their prime rib is incredible. So pre-order your prime rib right now for Thanksgiving and Christmas. And they also want to remind you that October is National Chili Month. And they have a recipe at their website. And October 7th is National Taco Day. BuckeyCreekSteaks.com. Check them out on the web.
I'd be a little leery here. They might try an onside kick here.
Be a great way to catch Wapak's return team sleeping.
Yeah, they got to make up for the turnovers that they had in the first half, those 2 interceptions. So maybe some trickeration. We'll see. Nope, he's going to kick it away. And it's going to be taken by Mullen at the 10 to the 15 to the 20. 25, still on his feet. Up over the 30, and he's still on his feet. And now he gets down at about the 35-yard line. Wow.
Fighting for every yard. Mullins is playing for some passion right now.
Wow.
Yeah, and he's up there in all-purpose yards, and right there, you know, using him as a kickoff returner, just an outstanding athlete out there in the field.
Well, Shawnee with a real nice 70-yard drive on their previous possession, capped off by an 8-yard touchdown run by Spiker. Now they need a 3-and-out. So their defense has definitely got to step up here. And I know Wapak wants to run the clock.
Maybe that Shawnee offense gave them a little spark here. We'll see what their defense can do.
3 wide receivers off to the left. That's Richardson wide left. Moyer looks, sets up the screen to Mullen. And Mullen short of the 40-yard line, but a gain of about 4 on the play.
Yeah, they brought that extra linebacker on a little blitz there. Kraft was coming in and filled a little screen in right position right behind him.
DePalma doing a pretty good job there in the secondary, getting off the block and making the play for a short gain.
2nd and a long 6. Now under 10 minutes remaining in the game. Shawnee desperately needs a 3-and-out here. And Wapak's not shy about passing the ball. As long as they can keep it complete and keep the clock running. They're going to pass it again, and that screen out the page has enough for the first down.
I think he's going to be a little bit short.
Oh, I thought he got up over the 45-yard line, but they're going to mark him short of the 45.
Christian Bentley coming up trying to make the play there in the backfield, just barely getting a hand on Caden Page.
Yeah, when they're running just that one-man screen out there with one block, Shawnee's been coming hard out there on the edge and doing a nice job. Keep us to a short game.
I would hope that they would try to stay in the field of play to keep that clock running. He ran out of bounds, stopped the clock with 9:39 on 3rd and 2. Big 3rd down for the Indians here. They need a stop.
Moyer up to the right side here.
Yeah, I think so.
Mullen in the backfield. And that's Wackoff in the H position. They're going to hand it to Mullen. Mullen, how did he get through that hole?
Squeaking through the hole there.
How did he get through that hole?
Like we said, Mullins is slippery.
Kidding me?
He knows how to duck and dive and get underneath those arm tackles and keep his legs turning for those few extra yards down the field.
He very rarely gets tackled by one guy. I mean, it's going to take 2-3 guys to get him down.
Yeah, but I made a joke about it earlier this year when he scored a touchdown that he he teleported himself into the end zone because he got lost. He went into the line, he got lost, and all of a sudden he's in the end zone.
You know, they make that saying, you know, about make yourself skinny, and he makes himself small sometimes to get through there.
My goodness. Big first down for the Redskins. 1st and 10 from the Shawnee 49. And it's going to be Mullen again trying to run the clock. Stays on his feet. Boy, he's holding on tight to that football.
Yeah, Shawnee's defensive front, though, keeps playing hard here.
Yeah,
they're in pursuit to the ball, and they're keeping him to short game.
Exactly, yeah. They're flying to the football. At least they are on this possession.
Yeah.
Why aren't they going after the ball, Brendan? They should be hitting that ball, trying to knock it out of his hands.
Yeah, especially when you got two
more
than one guy.
There you go. You got two guys or more trying to tackle him. Somebody ought to be swinging at that football.
And that coaching goes both ways. Just as you know they're going to be swiping for the ball, you got to be holding it tight to your chest. Wapak winning the fight. Hold on to the ball right now.
Gain of 3. It's 2nd and 7 from the 46 of Shawnee. That's Bishop in motion to the left. And then that's a screen back out to Page looking for some blocks. And he ran it to the outside of those blocks, down near the 40-yard line, short of the first down.
Yeah, Bentley was out there, but again, no, Bishop got just enough block on him just to kind of spring Page off a little bit there.
Hobson coming up to help clean it up keep him from getting that first down.
You know, this is going to be a perfect drive for Wapak. Just kind of eat the clock up.
Eat the clock.
A little first down. You know, here they got to have a 3rd and short, which, you know, again, get the first down, move the chains, eat that clock up.
And Shawnee's got to bend but not break here if they're going to keep their hopes alive.
Another big 3rd down for the Indian defense. Bishop in motion to the right. Now they look to the left this time, and it's Ryan Richardson on the receiving end.
Easy pitch and catch there.
Yeah.
You know, number 8, Christian Bentley, giving a little too much space on the outside to Richardson.
What are you looking for? A hit out of bounds there,
yeah,
Mark? Is that what you want?
It seemed like he was pretty far out of bounds. Just the momentum, I think, carried him out there.
Yeah, that's the thing on those hits that go out of bounds. Are you following through the hit, or are you trying to hold up after you make contact? And like you said, sometimes the momentum just carries you into the other person. I think the referees saw that.
7:35 remaining in the game. Wapak up 35-14. They'll mark the ball at the Shawnee 37, 1st and 10. 2 wide receivers out to the right. That's Richardson and Page.
Gage Vaughn's going to get a carry here.
Yep, Gage Vaughn in the backfield. He is going to get the ball and give Mullen a break. And a nice run there by Gage Vaughn.
Again, the Shawnee defense, good pursuit down the line, short gain, you know. They're still playing hard defensively out there.
Yeah, but they need to get some penetration into the backfield if they're going to start to make a difference. They can't keep giving up these short gains because they are just getting chipped away all the way down the field. They're going to have to turn on the aggressive front here and try to make a stop.
And that's one thing about Wapak this year is, you know, they didn't offensive line-wise, other than Hauser, all 4 of their linemen aren't playing any defense, so you got a fresh offensive line there.
I thought he had more than 3 yards on that carry, but they're going to call it 2nd and 7. That's Richardson split wide to the left, trips out to the right for Moyer. Moyer has time, looks to his left, down to his right, still plenty of time, and just throws it out of bounds.
And Shawnee only rushed 3 that time and got no pressure on the quarterback whatsoever.
Gage Vaughn should have taken that up the sideline. He kind of stopped running there. And I think Moyer was kind of expecting him to continue his route up the sideline because there was nobody in front of him. Big 3rd down now, 3rd and 7 from the 34. Pick that up. 3rd and 7. Now Moyer under a little pressure here, looks downfield and coming back to the ball.
Ryan Richardson.
What a massive catch.
Wow.
It's Caden Page coming back to the ball.
And Moyer took a shot on that one as he let it go. I cannot believe he got that off in time in a perfect spot for Richardson to make that catch.
You know, it's kind of similar to the same play that he hit Mullen. You know, he's scrambling right, going towards the out of bounds, and he's one down the middle of the field there. Nice job by Caden Page to go and find the football.
Do we not got a flag on that side of the field? I think Coach Moyer's asking that.
He's asking for the refs to say, you know, that was a bit of a late hit, but, you know, it's a close call when you got somebody going full momentum. Like we said earlier, though, he followed through on the hit to Moyer, and that's where you get into a dangerous situation.
Are they going to move the chains? What are they doing out there?
Well, we've got a player down for Shawnee right now.
Marking the ball, though? Yeah, on the 6th?
Actually, we have 2 players down for Shawnee. There's 2 players down for Shawnee.
Probably cramping up.
Yeah, and they might have ran into each other, too, trying to make the play on the ball. You know, a lot of hits were taken on that play.
6:22 remaining.
What's up with the chains over there?
Well, we'll take a timeout. We'll be back right after this. You're listening to High School Football. You're watching High School Football here on TSC.
Your outdoor fun starts here at Dad's Toy Shop. See us today for all of your favorite remote control land, air, and watercraft, and so much more. Dad's Toy Shop in downtown Wapakoneta is your one-stop shop for all of your hobby needs. Mike Feaster is a proud graduate of Wapakoneta High School and takes that same pride into his work as owner of Feaster Residential Inspectors. They provide detailed home and commercial inspections, and Mike works with you to know the condition before you purchase that home or business. Whether you're buying or selling a home or business, you can count on Mike and his team of professional inspectors to give you all the information you need to know. Call 419-371-8468 or visit us at feasterinspectors.com. Let me tell you about my friends at Miller's Corral, a family-owned discount appliance and furniture store right here in Wapakoneta. Miller's Corral has served customers in Wapakoneta and the surrounding area since 1981, and I can tell you firsthand, they beat the big box stores. Low prices on quality products and top-notch customer service. They're all about service, delivery, installation, and repair. Miller's Corral is an authorized dealer of such brands as Amana, FlexSteel, KitchenAid, Maytag, Whirlpool, and more. Take my word for it, they are the best. For complete sales and service, visit my friends at Miller's Corral in the Grandview Plaza, Wapakoneta. When it comes to land, some people just see earth. We see an investment. We see growth. We see profits. We see life. When it comes to your farm and your land, we'll help you see your investment. At Dye Real Estate and Land Company, we know the land because we live it every day. Visit us today at dyerealestate.com. That's dyerealestate.com.
Welcome back to Shawnee High School. Big Dan Wilson alongside of Mark Law and Brendan Wilson, and it's going to be first and goal from the Shawnee 3-yard line. I think the Shawnee receivers can learn a little bit about what Caden Page did on that particular play to come back to the ball. And there was a lot of late hits on that particular play too, and Moyer's back into the game. That's Mason Steinke along with Richardson split out to the left. Could be a quarterback keeper. The way it's set up right now with Gage Vaughn in the backfield, but Gage is going to take the ball, and good push by that defensive line for the Indians.
Host of Shawnee players bringing them down right there.
Yeah,
Zach
51.
Kreider.
Yeah, and Rodasol did a nice job as well. He shot a gap there.
And we got another injury on the field, so we'll take a timeout to thank our sponsors as always: Home Savings Bank, State Farm Insurance, All Glaze Audiology, Dye Real Estate and Land Company, our good friends at Feaster Residential and Commercial Inspections. Mike Feaster, one of our new sponsors to this year's high school football action here on TSC. Also taking a look at the schedule once again, it's the Wapakoneta Redskins back home against Kenton next week. It'll be senior night the following week on October 17th. It's band senior night against Elida. And then we finish the regular season October 24th on the road to Bath. And we kind of figured everybody had that circled on their calendar to start the season, Mark, right?
Yeah, it was one of the games we thought would definitely be, determining who was going to win the WBL this year. And, I think Bath will only have one loss possibly going into that game, and we'll be undefeated possibly going into that game. So, yeah.
And their only loss coming to this Shawnee team, and that was a big loss. I know that they took it hard over in Bath, and Shawnee did an incredible job defensively to hold that high-powered Bath offense down. And We got the injured player coming off the field right now with 5:33 remaining in the game, and Wapak up 35-14 and threatening second and goal from the 5.
Last time we were down here on that goal line stand, Shawnee did a nice job forcing us on a 4th down. So
we'll see if they can tighten it up here. They're definitely playing a heavy set, a couple extra defensive linemen there, knowing that Wapak's most likely to run up right down the middle.
It looks like Jared Mullins' night is over as far as offense is concerned. Gage Vaughn remains in the game in the backfield next to Moyer. Whack off in the H position. And that's Mason Steinke split wide to left. And it's going to be handoff to Vaughn trying to cut inside. Oh, momentarily.
Great hit from number 14 coming up there to make the play, Cam Barker.
Wow, what a great defensive seal right there. That hole was there. And if Vaughn had that extra burst of speed, he would have been in the end zone, but that was shut down quickly.
Like you said, Baker did an awesome job of pursuit right down the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. Clock continues to run, 20 on the play clock, 4:25 on the game clock. On 3rd and goal from the 3, they're going to break the huddle once again.
Make or break here for Shawnee's defense.
Steinke and Adams split wide to the left. Moyer looks to the sideline now.
He's just going to let this clock run down. Try to maybe snap it under 5 seconds here.
I think so.
You get 4th down here. Do you kick the field goal and go up by 4 scores?
I think so.
Yeah, they're just taking their time right now. Now 7 seconds on the play clock. Moyer hands it to Vaughn again. Vaughn stays on his feet, lost the handle on the football, but got into the end zone and recovered his own fumble, and it's a touchdown, Redskins.
Yeah, the defensive front did a nice job, had some penetration, had a little hit on him, but he was able to spin off and work his way into the end zone.
Doing a great job keeping his feet moving there. That's what you want to see as a head coach. Those yards after contact are what make the difference in any game. And that's exactly what you teach your kids to do. Fall forward with the ball. And he fell right into the end zone there.
Nice drive by the Redskins. And possibly, well, I wouldn't say possibly, definitely put in the dagger in the Shawnee's night with that touchdown. Niecamp's extra point is good, and we'll keep it right here with 3:42 remaining in the game. Well, it's the Wapakoneta Redskins 42. The Shawnee Indians 14. Go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, it comes down. We thought which defense was going to, show up tonight, and Wapak's offense averages 42 points a game, and that's where we're at right now. Shawnee's defense coming into the game was only giving up 16, so it looks like our offense has done a great job tonight to stay up there. And again, our defense, only giving up 12 points a game, and right now they're at 14. So.
And our defense turning into good offense. Those 2 interceptions were huge to get us in a short field.
Yep.
When the game was already close, and really take the air out of Shawnee's offense. They've struggled to get the ball moving ever since, and only on the last drive have we seen any signs of life.
Yeah.
So that interception by Mullen put the ball at the Shawnee 9, and it was a touchdown by Moyer, missed extra point by Niekamp. And then they came right back on the next Shawnee possession, and it was Ryan Richardson picking off Spiker and then putting the ball down at the 25 of Shawnee, and Mullen capping it off with a 12-yard pass from Moyer. So, yeah, I think that's kind of the turning point of the game there in the second quarter.
Yeah, and defensively, Coach Truesdale, defensive coordinator, is a Shawnee alumni. So he always looks forward to this game every year. He kind of puts a little emphasis on it. And, he just one of his favorite weeks of the year is playing Shawnee. And like I said, I talked to him today. He goes, we're going to have something special for him defensively. And they've done a great job tonight.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, they're not going to have too many notes tomorrow in the locker room when they're doing film study. Wapak's defense having an otherwise pretty spectacular game.
Gavin Gillespie to kick it off here. And Gillespie gets under it. Boy, I always liked his kickoffs. That one bounces at the 11.
Good coverage there by the Wapak kickoff team. Number 5 there making the tackle, Braylon Walter.
And that was
number 6.
Jaron Bagley on the return.
Boy, Niekamp and Walter, they're just bookends when it comes to defensive production and making plays. They are always around the football.
And Tate Niekamp was one that had a question mark, coming into the year. They weren't sure because they thought they would have to use Wyatt Buell out there. And Tate, came on, throughout the season and is getting better every week. And, so they were able to move Buell inside. And, he's done a great job.
Yeah, I really like his speed, too. So they're making some substitutions on defense there. Let's keep an eye out for that. It looks like number 7, Alex
Klein?
Bergen.
70, Alex Bergen,
70.
Playing out there at end.
Good pursuit down the line. What are some of the other changes you see out there, Brendan?
Flowing to the ball there was number 91, Noah Baker, doing a great job in pursuit. And like you said, some of these second-string players getting in some experience right now.
Jacob Niedermeyer's into the game.
75, yep. Guy Cole Reiser coming in at safety.
Alex Dubuque is in the game.
Klein's playing outside linebacker here as well. Matter of fact, here he is, going to make a play.
As white jerseys collide on that play. Under 3 minutes remaining in the game.
Wapak's defense staying consistent here, sticking with what they know, even though the second string's in. They watched all the same film throughout the week. They know their assignments and doing a pretty good job as they get substituted into the game here.
Yeah, it looks like they got all their starters out of the game now.
It's going to be a big victory for Wapak. I mean, we expected a tight ball game, and we did in the beginning of the first quarter.
Fumbled snap there.
We did have a somewhat of a battle there as Wapak struggled on their first couple of possessions there, but actually it was that Ryan Richardson pass, that 65-yard touchdown pass from Moyer, which kind of gave them a little life. And, followed by that 79-yard drive by Shawnee. But all the action in the second quarter with the 2 interceptions and the quick touchdowns by Wapak making a huge difference.
Yeah, Carter Pack there coming in.
Thank you.
On the return there for the Redskins.
It looked like number 28, Skylar Whitaker, making the tackle there for Shawnee.
2:09 remaining in the game, and Wapak up 42-14. We're going to continue to see more substitutions for Wapak, especially on their offense here. Mark, you know a lot of these guys.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I think they're going to bring Lacey in at quarterback here. The Wireman boy was a good running back. He's got some good speed. Looks like Guy Cole Reiser's coming in as receiver as well.
You know, one of the things we've learned in the last 2 seasons, especially in the playoffs, that we need a good backup quarterback. So we need to make sure that Lacey gets a lot more reps than this. Takes that low snap, and he's going to hand it off to Rook.
And nothing against Lacey, but I think, if we ever get in like a playoff situation, I think Jarrett Mullen would be the quarterback to come in.
Yeah, we tried that,
He would be the
previously.
man coming in.
And Mullen, he's going to have to – he just, I just don't like the way he throws the ball. He can run the ball, he can catch the ball, he can tackle, but he's going to have to do a lot more in practice if we expect him to be quarterback backup.
Well, you got to have a next man up, though, especially the way that they run the ball with Moyer. A couple shots he's taken tonight. Everybody wants their players to stay healthy the whole time, but you got to have a backup plan.
And when he did come in, when they did have a backup plan, the defense cued on that. I mean, they knew that it was just going to be a running quarterback, that he wasn't going to be able to throw the ball, and it was a death nail for us in the playoffs the last 2 years. So I'm of the contention you have to have a quarterback back there that is taking reps and that is passing the ball in the game situation. I mean, you really need that. So if you're telling me that Lacey's not the backup if we get into the playoffs,
I don't think he is.
Well,
I think Jarrett Mullen's taking snaps during the week. I think Jarrett Mullen's throwing the football during the week.
I hope somebody is throwing the ball. Because we need a secured backup, and Nice stiff
Getting
arm.
the first down.
Nice run by Rook.
Bentley Rook, yes.
Well, that brings back memories of Rook.
Danny Rook.
Yeah.
Yep.
Running back for Wapak. Boy, we've seen our share of great running backs, at least since I've started doing the broadcasts in 97. And Rook was one of those real quick runners, too.
Not a very big kid, but boy, he has some speed.
Fast, man.
He's like a rabbit.
Yeah. Definitely. As we count it down to 13 seconds, now 10 seconds on the clock. And that'll be it as we run out the clock here at Shawnee on this homecoming night. The Wapakoneta Redskins play the spoiler and move to 7-0 as Shawnee falls to 5-2. Your final thoughts, Mark?
Yeah, I thought coming into tonight's game it was going to be which defense could hold the offenses to the least amount of points, and I think our defense stepped up, and that showed up why we're the number one defense in the league.
And Brendan?
Yeah, you just can't say enough about Wapak's defense and how they showed up today, and the few key plays there by Mullen and Richardson to really, swing the momentum in the game at key points when they needed it early on, and Wapak never looked back.
And also Spiker. Spiker did have the one touchdown run, but other than that, I think we did a nice job of containing him and keeping him away from making big plays.
Yeah, solid execution from Wapak's game plan here. Like you said, keeping the quarterback contained, maintaining the edge, and that showed as they held Shawnee to just 14 points here.
Yeah. And then offensively, having Jarrett Mullen back in the game was big for us
that was
as well.
huge.
Yeah.
That was huge difference, and he showed his the reason why he's playing both sides of the field, his prowess both on defense and offense, coming up with that first big interception early in the second quarter that led to a Moyer touchdown run. And that'll bring us to the end of tonight's contest with the score. The Wapakoneta Redskins 42, the Shawnee Indians 14. For my tag team partners, Mark Law and Brendan Wilson, our videographers, Paul Downing, Mark Fissel, and Jacqueline Miller. I'm Big Dan Wilson. Our final score once again, Wapakoneta 14, Wapakoneta 47, Shawnee 14. Wapak moves to 7-0, and Shawnee falls to 5-2. Keep it right here on TSC. Watch us every week for Wapakoneta High School football action, and have a good night, everybody.
And a big happy birthday to Big Dan up here in the stands. At the ripe old age of 82, he's still doing it.
Happy birthday to me. Love you too, Brendan. Love you too, Mark. Have a good night, everybody.
Welcome to the Gigahood IQ app, your home's guardian in the digital realm, featuring Protect IQ. Protect IQ sweeps away viruses, malware, and online threats for your entire home, so you can focus on what truly matters: family. Shield your home with cutting-edge technology, ensuring every device is safe. No more digital dangers, just seamless, worry-free connectivity. Experience peace of mind with Protect IQ, included in the Gigahood IQ app. Download the free Gigahood IQ app and secure your home with Protect IQ today.